Yay, how's it going? It's Friday. Welcome to my so-called life. Before I start, to anyone who watches this in the future, I want to thank you. You guys are absolutely awesome. Ron, how's it going?
Doing good.
Another beautiful day in the neighborhood, right?
Yeah, busy all day fixing computers. But other than that, oh, and I finally figured out my problem. My laptop died. I had a 45 watt plug-in thing, and it has to have 90. So I went and bought one off Amazon, and so just so I can do this stream.
I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Tasha, hello. Great to see you. 20 McTwin, I hope you have safe travels. I don't think it's a secret anymore. You're going to the quilt show. I have been doing too much. I have my coat, everything else that I need to finish. How many? So, are you working on any masks or anything right now?
I'm trying to get motivated too,
I
but
know that feeling. I know that.
yeah, it's like I didn't just think I'm going to start, and then it was like, oh crap, I got to get some other stuff done. I don't ever get to. I laid out all this stuff trying to get it done. Can you see this? It's got
Oh
like
yeah.
a sparkle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's I using some of that stuff, but I haven't. I got it laying here, but I haven't done it yet.
Hey, Katie. Hello. Do you know what's really funny? Everyone calls it sojo, and my sojo comes and goes. It's that weird motivation, you know.
Yeah.
Some days I'm like, I'm gonna sit on the couch with a snuggie and find a channel no one watches and hide.
No, it's a quilt. It's not a snuggie. Remember, you don't want to make all these women mad in here.
You should have seen what happened. Hey, Mona, hello. Yay, Katie, Mona, hello, everybody. I learned to never, ever, Scout's honor, ever call a quilt a blanket, ever. Even
Yeah.
though you may wear it like one, and they may be in the same subcategory to an untrained eye.
Oh yeah.
You know what though? Everything has weird lingo like that. Like where I'm from, we can tell if you're not from here by saying, if people just say certain things. Or if
Yeah.
you look at a map and you're like, oh, it's only going to take me an hour to get there. You didn't factor in traffic and the 10 other million people that live in this county. No
Yeah.
sewing motivation today. Haven't gone into the sewing room. Oh, I know that feeling. Yay, you're learning, lot blanket. See, I told you. I'm under observation, Ron.
Oh yeah. The quilting police is going to be after us.
Oh, no, that's real. I've seen videos of people that are like, the quilt police. What really happens? And these are like YouTubers that's not even affiliated with the community because I'm subscribed to anyone that has sewing anything in their title.
Yeah.
Somebody will say something and then they'll be like, oh no, the quilting police struck again. And they'll show the comment and shame the person.
Oh yeah.
But I have a funky style. People try to police what I do all the time.
I keep moving this table. It's not glued down. Every time I put my hand on it, it shakes the laptop. It's like
You gotta put like 15 sewing machines and monitors like on my desk. I could stay. I'm like moving my desk. That thing won't move.
Yeah.
Again, weird motivation. I made this last night.
It looks good. I saw you. Is that the one you made the newest video with?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks cool.
I wake up, I have this weird process where I make my coat, I go to work, I come home, and I nap because I work third shift. And oh my goodness, Ron, have you seen the I don't care videos? I'm behind.
No, I hadn't checked it out. I have to look at it.
Oh, Mona, if you haven't seen the videos, 20 McTwin has an amazing line of I don't care videos. It's the revolution. It's the freedom of I don't care.
I watched a couple of them. I give her a couple ideas. I don't know if she put them in there yet or not.
YouTube notifications are weird. Like there's a million comments I need to get to. Sometimes they get buried. Sometimes you'll see them right away. It's hard. It's hard to decipher sometimes. Hey, Ed, how's it going? How's it going? So, I don't know if anyone's noticed, but Ron is wearing an amazing t-shirt. I'm gonna make you big for a second. Hold on. I'm fitting this taco in my mouth. You should see me. Don't take me to a taco bar. And when I make tacos at my own house, I'm like, how many shells? Because I have a rack where you can fry them and then put them on. I'm like, give me the whole rack. I need the whole rack. And of course, my shirt is absolutely, we keep it classy here in the House of Sewing.
See the comments rolling in on that.
I had to.
Yeah.
I need that shirt. See, Mona. I was gonna get patent pending on the back. I should have. Finally appropriate, got COVID, only took 5. I'm so sorry, Ed. Are you selling them, Ron? Hey, I quote naked batch.
We'll sell them as a set.
Yeah.
We'll go 50-50.
You know what really started all of this is, and I know you guys are going to laugh, but we have humidity here. Like we don't, and all of a sudden we have 70% humidity, 80%. And I'm like,
welcome to what we have in Oklahoma.
Oh, man. I'm trying not to touch my face. I'm trying not to constantly wipe my face. Oh
no. Tasha.
Tacos take too long. I'll take a taco salad. I do destroy taco salads. I do. Even Carl's Jr. has taco salads, and if I'm feeling froggy that day, I'll get one. I sent her. Oh, okay, I'll keep an eye out. It does a bloop if someone jumps in. I just saw your Thank you. I will be wearing this at the next quilt show that I go to.
You'll be very popular.
But see, I'll be known. I don't want to be known. I don't know if I want to be the naked quilter. I need to go make that YouTube channel right now because someone heard that. Someone heard that and they're like, I need to make that channel right now.
Million subscribers first day.
Trust me. I'm wearing a girdle. I'm so stuffed right now. I'm kidding. It looks better packaged than unveiled. Oh, not matching. All right, so I have an idea for a new YouTube channel. Sewing After Dark. The Naked Quilter.
Yeah.
Oh, I completely forgot. You Here in the House of Sewing, I would like to humbly apologize to all Birkenstock owners, wearers, and users. I was joking when I said I didn't like Birkenstocks. It was a joke. But big Birkenstock has come after me. And so I humbly apologize to anyone who was offended with my Birkenstock humor.
Oh my gosh.
There used to be a half-naked quilter. There's this thing about the internet. Like, I thought I was original when I was going to be Fred Sanford Sewing. I love the show. I kind of live like Fred Sanford in a weird way. But there was already somebody who had that name. So I humbly walked away.
It's like that guy up in New York that's the naked cowboy, and he walks the streets, plays guitar. You could like make a poncho quilt, well, blanket, whatever. Cut a hole in it and just wear shorts and no shirt. And it's like, yeah, I'm naked under here.
I saw him in like 1990 something. I saw him again in like 04. He is still around. He's still around to this very day.
He just got a walker now, though.
Okay, Jess, there's one for your I don't care list. I don't care what you wear on your body or your feet when sewing. So this is your channel. Hey, how's it going?
I'm here to give Ron a swimming lesson.
Oh, no. Where do I? No.
Hey, Adrian, how's it going? You know what? It is funny. That is confusing to some people. My so-called life is my channel. I started it 5 or 6 years ago. Jess is the co-pilot, though, because a lot of people think that this is her channel.
That's funny. She's the boss, but it's not her channel.
Absolutely. And and to that person who unsubscribed right now.
You're like, oh, I'm out.
I always do this weird check because a lot of people think I'm a shorts channel.
Oh.
Because I post a million shorts, It's because I'm sewing every evening.
Busy making clothes and then making shorts with, what is it? Spirit fingers and jazz hands.
I feel like the world needs more spirit fingers and jazz
100%.
hands.
100%.
With all the drama and everything going on in the world right now, I've decided to just like be positive, at least on the internet. If you ask my kid would be like, he's lying. But if you didn't clean your room, I'd get on you too.
The other day, my dad was like trying to tell my 4-year-old that she needed to clean her room. And I was like, Dad, didn't you like do enough of that with me? Can you just like let her chill? Like, and can you just be fun for her and like, let me handle her bedroom? Like, just be cool. Try to be cool.
That's funny. On my music channel, I used to go backwards in subs. Do you know it's really funny you'd say that. My mom was a definition of a disciplinarian. And with my son, she's like, you need an accomplice. And I'm okay with that. Because like you said, exactly. Sometimes I ask her if she was abducted by aliens when they get caught.
But like, I don't know who you are, but
and I get, people always say, oh, it was a different time. I guess. I like the rollers. Thank you, Mona. Thank you.
I like all the transitions. Trying to up my video editing game.
That Everything I've ever learned about computing, I've learned from YouTube.
It's crazy.
Ron, do you do tutorials?
I haven't, but I'm thinking about starting maybe. I don't know. There's a lady I watched the other day that she was doing a tutorial on how to do the applique stuff with a brother scan cut, and I'm like, no, don't do that. I had one of those before, and I couldn't get that thing to cut fabric worth anything. So, but the Cricut Maker will cut it like butter. So I'm thinking about and she said the biggest thing is like scanning this stuff in. I'm like, you don't need to scan it in if it's a PDF. You can just. So I'm thinking about making some tutorials
Well,
on some
I'll
of the
hook you
stuff
up
that I do.
because I have a
Yeah.
Cricut and I've never cut fabric with it, which
Oh
seems
yeah.
crazy.
I've got the well, I'll tell you another little secret. Go on to Temu, and they've got all the Cricut Maker tips for like a quarter of the price that you can get the real ones from. Because I bought the rotary cutter and the wavy cutter, and I just went crazy. Crafting blade and all that stuff, and they're like $5 or $6 a piece,
No.
and Cricut one's like $20 or $30 a piece. So I'm like, bring it on! I don't care. So yeah. So I was thinking about maybe doing something like that because she said she's got some kind of snap applique thing. It's real easy to do applique, and I'm like, she goes through too many steps, and people's going to get lost. So I was like, I can do that a little easier. So
Hey, Alibaba. And I was talking about that earlier, like when Ron was talking about trying to find motivation. Man, look, when you guys see me, I'm at 11. I wake up at negative 11. I have to get there just like anybody else.
yeah,
That's how it's supposed to be. Grandparents are meant to spoil their grandkids. It's just weird because my parents ran a gulag. They were strict. I had such a hardcore curfew. My friends were looking at me and they're like, "It's 10:30. You need to start heading home."
They were scared for you.
Exactly. So when I look at my mom now, like, who are you? Temu is a blessing and a curse. Do you Temu?
I have never been on Temu,
Neither have I.
but if I can get Cricut things for $5, I might be interested.
yeah. Well, they've changed it a lot. When before the tariffs and all that stuff was going on, they changed it where it's all local now. So whenever you get on Temu, it's not, you don't have to wait 2 or 3 weeks to get it from China because it's all local warehouse. So I was like, oh, so because I bought some stuff the other day and they said it was going to be like 3 days to get it. And I'm like, that's almost as good as Amazon, pretty close.
Cool.
So,
All right, let me know if my sewing machine's too loud on the sewing live stream. I don't like to go on the sewing stream.
I'm still waiting on my skeleton sewing machine that is walking here from the other side of the planet.
What is it?
Tammy pulled out a skeleton sewing machine. And because I'm compulsive, I went do straight to Amazon and I Amazoned it. That was a month ago. Wow, like 3 weeks ago.
yeah.
What do you mean skeleton? Like it looks like a skeleton?
It's head and feet. Hold on, let me go to ever since I bought a new computer, it's changed my phone, it's changed everything, and I kind of don't like it. Everything was one touch, and I put my code into here, and I have all Apple products. It changed every single computer in the room.
I wouldn't like that.
And my phone, involuntarily. Involuntarily. So
didn't sign up for that.
Garbage product and super invasive with its words.
Oh, I see. Golly, $30 for that thing?
Yeah. Ron, don't tell on my addiction. I'm an Amazon junkie.
I don't know how to share nothing though on here.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. And the funny thing is, I looked last night because the other day Andrea was like, where is your skeleton sewing machine? I was like, I don't know.
Well, now do I need one? And I don't even know what it is.
But I looked it up because it said it was at like SKA airport or something. Now it says it's coming by August 8th, which is next Friday.
It's a
Right.
Halloween decoration.
Oh, yeah, you need that.
I need this in my
Mhm. I have a Halloween decoration that I keep in my sewing room year round, and it's a little broom, and it says, if the broom fits, fly it. And I feel like that really
I love that.
works for me.
Did you see the puzzle that I got the other day, Tasha?
I didn't.
You did or didn't?
I did not.
Timu is me. See, but I'm okay with cheap stuff too. I'm addicted to stickers.
It's a puzzle? Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's like a 10.
That's so cool.
I like it
Oh.
because it reminds me of all those black sewing machines that I've got.
Yeah.
Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry. My name's William, and I'm an addict. I'm addicted to. Hi, my name's William. I'm an addict. I'm addicted to buying sewing machines.
Even novelty sewing machines.
I have too many of those. That's why I know the difference between a mini sewing machine and a toy sewing machine. It's plastic. It is literally plastic. But the sad thing is, most modern sewing machines are made with all plastic parts now,
I know.
Oh yeah.
except for the case, which has to be metal. Well, most of it.
Is my
Except
sewing
for the
machine up?
nylon gears inside of them.
What's that?
The nylon gears inside the modern sewing machines.
Driving me crazy. Well, we love. Oh, thank you, Terry. Thank you.
Y'all keep coming back for some reason.
I'm wearing this shirt to the next quilt show.
I didn't even notice that because I was like too busy trying to figure out how to get the link to work. That's hilarious.
Well, it all started because I used to have a shirt that said I partied naked, but then I grew up. So I needed a more
So you-
classy adult one that says I quilt.
So you graduated to quilting naked.
Quilting's
Hear that? He
classy.
needed to be classier, so he started talking about quilting because quilting is classier. Ron.
Those solo cups don't hit the same in their 40s as they did when you're in your 20s. Matter of fact,
Somebody posted on Instagram stories the other day, like those red solo cups, and they're like, did you know that the different lines mean different measurements? And then I messaged them and I said, irrelevant when playing beer pong. Like, I don't care what the measurement was. It
never
didn't matter.
never looked once.
Never cared.
3D print the parts and assemble the sewing machine. There's actually a Canadian machine that I'm thinking about doing that because the gears died. As I was filming it, the gears broke and literally came apart because it was old.
Yeah. I've got a 1970 something FOF that it's got a great big old gear and it's got it's the cam stack and it's got all the different kinds of stitches you put on there and it's got a crack right in the middle of it. So it'll sew, but it hesitates when it goes around. So I'm like, and I looked up a video and you can get the cam but to get that thing and pull it all out and you got these fingers that I'm like, oh my God, I don't think I can do that.
That's what happened to me is one of the reasons why. Well, I was always reassembling sewing machines and making clothes. But after a while, I got tired of fixing broken sewing machines because it was always one certain thing, you know.
Just want to get through a project without having to do a major repair.
Major, I mean, a complete overhaul. Take it apart and put it back together. And at first, I was like, if you look at my old videos, I'm literally sitting at this desk. I'm like, 3 years later, I'm like, call the repairman.
Yeah.
I quit.
I'm throwing this in the back of my truck or whatever you hit, wherever you that fabric out in front.
Most sewing machines are easy fixes. If it's a complete overhaul, I'm like, oh, but most of them just need oil and a hug. Does that fall off a 211 or a 211E?
I think it was a 2112, or it may have been. It was something like that. It was one of those two, or close by there.
That's just one of those things that I still refurbish sewing machines to my sewing machine people. I do, but if it's a complete overhaul, like I might have to sit down and rethink my life.
Yeah, I'm kind of like that. All I do is just shoot the oil to it and mash the pedal and keep messing with it, and okay, it's free.
I'm also sitting in a room of hundreds and hundreds of sewing machines. So when I come across an orphan, I have this intervention in my head. I'm like, okay, William, you don't need this. So why are we even having this conversation?
But it won't be lonely with you.
I know. I am literally that mythological farm where your parents used to tell you, oh, Fluffy didn't die. Fluffy went to the farm. I am that farm for sewing machines where all the sewing machines go. Literally up to the rafters.
That's funny. So Ron, what kind of sewing do you do?
I do. Well, I used to make professional wrestling masks and stuff and sell them on eBay.
No
And
kidding.
then, yeah, let's see if I've got one. I had one a while ago, earlier.
Oh, do I see it behind you?
Well, those I bought
Oh,
just to make a pattern off of them, because I bought these, but I'm going to make the patterns off of them and
Oh, you would
turn
make
around and
so
resell
much
these.
money here. They sell those things everywhere here. Lucha masks are huge.
so when I asked you what kind of sewing you did, wrestling masks wouldn't even been in the top 100 things I would have guessed. So like that's pretty unique.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
that's so
And
cool.
then the insides are serged. So,
Oh,
That's
so
where the
awesome.
Surgeon General comes from, huh?
yep, there you go. Yep.
I love that.
Well, here's one I just.
Oh,
It's
that's
like a
cool.
spawn. I don't know if I got any more down here or not.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, I've always been a wrestling pro wrestling fan, and I got on eBay one time and was like, oh, how to look up wrestling masks. So I looked them up, and there was a lady on there, and she was making them. I was like, I used to do well. I first started out upholstery because I went to school for at a tech college to do auto upholstery, and so I saw those masks that she was making. I'm like, well, that couldn't be no harder than a car seat. I'll just get one and
I could do
accidentally
that.
take it apart and make a pattern off of it. So that's what I did. And I started competing with her, and she was making completely, and every once in a while I'd make one that looked like hers, and she'd send me a cease and desist letter saying, you can't use that. That's mine. I'm like, whatever. You don't have a patent on that thing. So, huh?
You had an eBay rival. I like it.
Yeah. So, and then this other guy, he started making them, and he was using my pictures and my descriptions and everything. And I looked at him like, that's my picture. And I right clicked on it to see where he was getting it. It was the place where I put it. So I fixed his little wagon. I went in there and put made by Ron Thompson all over the place on it. And so he had to take them down because he didn't have no pictures. And I was like, yeah, dude, you're not going to use my pictures to sell your stuff.
Someone tried that with me with Etsy. I've never had an Etsy, but the thing that always tripped me out, and I knew they were probably just stealing money, they would take pictures of all my clothes, because on my old Twitter I would just take pictures of my clothes, and it was all upcycled stuff. But then they said they were selling my stuff, and I had this weird existential crisis where I walked in my closet and I was like, the vest is still here.
Yeah, they were probably just collecting money, shutting their store down, and starting up a new one.
I shut it down. I was like, this is not me. I've never had an Etsy. I'm a professional Karen. I cried until I talked to the manager. Can I speak to the manager of the internet, please?
The manager of the internet.
God.
But somebody, like, same thing happened to me. I was a rookie, so I kind of panicked. Now I'm like, I physically own the stuff. Like,
Right.
good luck.
Yeah. Yeah, some of that upcycled stuff on Etsy is just astronomical prices. And I was like, do they actually ever sell this stuff? Or if is it just, well, I've got it. And so I don't know.
I've been saying this for years and years. I drive a tractor. I could go run in a field. It just give me a brand new pair of jeans. I'll bring them back wholly in like a month. I'll do skids in the parking lot.
You literally sound like my dad now. I remember when I was like younger and the holy jeans were popular. He's like, I got some in the attic I can give you. You don't need to buy those. Okay, Dad.
It trips me out though. This all started because someone I know sent me a picture and they're like, I don't know if you're ripping off Balenciaga or if Balenciaga is ripping you off. And they had all this like holes and stuff. And I was like, oh, they're ripping me off. But I remember, excuse me, I remember the stonewashed jean era. I remember, so nothing I'm doing is original. It's just, I just wear things till they disintegrate. Really is what it is. But I wouldn't mind charging someone like $3,000 for a jacket.
Oh, yeah. There's a guy on YouTube. I watched some of his stuff, and he just like, I don't know. He made a red hoodie with white dots all over it. And it was just like, dude, that doesn't. And there was people in there saying, oh, that looks so great. I love that. I'm like, what? But he was charging like several $100s for the thing. And I was like, okay.
Well, there's a difference, but like I can see because it's an original. And also part of me is like, where are these people? I'm sitting in a room of stuff. I will mail it to you express. I have my own account. I'll mail it to you.
Yeah. There's a lot of people on that Whatnot auction thing that's selling just off the rack t-shirts. And they're like vintage t-shirts, and they'll sell them for like $100 at least or more.
Okay.
And I was like, what?
This has always bothered me about where I'm from because I love weird t-shirts. I have a weird collection of Siegfried and Roy t-shirts from Vegas, and it's just tigers. It's just tigers on. But where I'm from, I bought one in Vegas years ago at a Goodwill for like 50 cents. This was like years ago. Now they go for $150, $200. There was a Van Halen t-shirt at a thrift store in Ventura. They wanted $400 for the t-shirt.
No. That's crazy.
Bespoke can be pricey. That has me like, that makes me mad. I have a bunch of Slayer shirts that I've like left around this country. If anyone's watching, mail them to my house. You know where I live.
Yeah.
Ron, you could look up early Levi's jean price. This is another thing. I inherited a bunch of Levi's stuff. I cut the sleeves off, made them all vests. I wanted to cry when I found out how much silver tabs were worth.
There's a channel on YouTube that's he goes into mining, coal mining shafts, and looks for jeans that people like back in the 1800s wore, and they getting like bank off of them things. And then I'm like, I ain't going in one of them shafts. I mean, I'll just watch you do it. I
have full respirator. You just hold the rope.
Someone bring a canary.
I'll be the canary. I have a full respirator. I can't breathe.
You don't want to be the canary. When the canary started dying, that's how they knew they were running out of oxygen.
I know. But you said money. I watched this video. I was captured about this guy in Arizona where he gets asteroids. At the end of the video, they're like, "Oh, he's made $50 million." Man, I was in my mind. I was in my car driving to Arizona to the desert. Like, I have a metal detector. I had the same metal detector that goof had in the video. But he collects space rocks and has made millions because he knows what he's looking for. I go out in the desert all the time. It just looks like rocks. I know a guy that found 9 Levi's in a dry mine. He gave them to the mine owner, and he said, "Oh my gosh, worth a small fortune." Now, you have no idea. Someone's gonna pull up. Oh, go ahead.
I just did a search on YouTube for Gene's coal mine, and there's one out there that's got like 1.6 million views 5 years ago, and it said on the very beginning of it, it said $500,000 for a 1880s jeans found. I was like, oh my gosh.
This is magnet fishing all over again, and noodling all over again.
Yeah.
I need a new
What's
habit.
noodling?
It's when you stick your
my
arm.
gosh.
It's when you stick your arm in a hole, and the catfish bites your arm, and you literally pull the catfish out.
Yeah. And it's a big thing in Oklahoma. They have a Okie noodling contest every year.
I'll be there.
And,
You won't
But
miss me.
Just
You
like
won't miss me.
for fishing, but instead of using a pole, you use your hand.
With your hand. They'll
Won't
stick
they
your
hurt you?
they'll stick their hand up underneath the bank. And I'm like, no, there's beavers in there, there's snakes, there's
The second you said beaver, I got scared because a beaver will mess you up.
Oh yeah.
Catfishes are kind of dumb.
Yeah. There's another channel I watch, Arms Family Homestead. He's from Oklahoma. He used to be a highway patrol, and him and his son goes fishing, and they had a group from another channel come in, and they took them out noodling, and they was sticking their hole up to their waist, putting their feet down in this hole and feeling around to see if there was a fish in there. And if there was, then they'd hold their breath and stick their arm in there to get it and pull it out. I'm like, no. I'll video it for you, but I'm not doing that.
I've done it before.
That's like stuff of my nightmares.
It's kind of scary because you feel it slowly swallowing your hand.
No.
I don't want a piece of seaweed touching me. I cannot imagine sticking my anything in a hole in a body of water to see what bites me. Literally, that is my childhood nightmare.
You know who?
And once you get your hand in there and they bite your hand, then you got to grab something and pull them out. Then the fight starts.
Yep.
Because most of those things, I've seen them where their head of those catfish are like humongous. They're like the size of a basketball or bigger.
No, catfish are this. I have a 7 7/8 head. I have an abnormally large head. Catfish, their mouths are like this.
Yeah.
The one I had, I was able to do this because I'm ambidextrous, but I do most things with my left. I was able to come in with my right.
No.
Oh, I'm gonna go down.
I'll be taking up. I'll stay in my sewing room.
And because of it was mainly COVID, but I have full equipment for magnet fishing. And now that my
sister does sometimes, I can do. That's fine.
Yeah,
that's fun.
You don't even get wet for that.
I can't wait. I want to find that rusty revolver from the 1920s that someone chucked in the river.
Yeah, I've seen those videos that do that. And then when they find a gun or something like that, they call the police, and the police is like, shit, not again.
What am I supposed to
go out
do?
there?
I'm not calling it. I'm a fire. No, I'm not calling them. I'm going to take it home and clean it. What if it's a 50 pound? Is that real?
That's the point. What if it's a 50-pound leech? You don't know what you're sticking your hand into.
But asking for a friend, are 50-pound leeches real?
How would we know? They're probably in some hole somewhere hiding, and you guys are trying to yank them out.
My luck, it would be like that movie Tremors, and I'd get a hold of one of them worms, great big humongous worms, and I'm like,
Why do they call it noodling, though?
Well, I was initiated. The people I knew called it hillbilly hand fishing.
Okay, that tracks. But
noodling wasn't until it got on TV. So I don't know why they Hey, Brenda, hello, welcome. I was really into deep sea fishing. I was into like a lot of this, but what started all of this is when the Discovery Channel switched over to Pawn Stars, Rick's Restoration, and The Count.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they switched over to that kind of programming, that's when, like, because my mom watches a lot of scary stuff, and it's always a bunch of guys in Oklahoma or somewhere looking for Bigfoot in Washington, or, but there was a noodling show. And me and my dad, we sat there like, what's stopping us? And both of us were like, nothing. And we went noodling.
Yeah.
The biggest lease I've seen was 1 foot long.
You're the reason why people think that if kids play video games, they'll become violent, because you're watching TV and like, let's go stick our hand in a hole in a river and see what happens.
Well, I have limits to it. Diners, dine-ins, and drive at least 3 times. I've saw something on TV and I'm like, that is 50 miles from my house.
We've done that too. My husband and I were like, well, before we had kids, let's go try it. He also did a man versus food. There was a food challenge that in this little rinky-dink place around here that we didn't know about. My husband, so confident watching television, I could take that frittata down. He said 100% chance. They literally laughed at him because he ate like a third of it. Like,
I started breathing heavy when he started. Oh no!
He's like, it's the broccoli. I'm like, okay, honey, there's 12 pieces of broccoli in this thing, and the rest of it is everything else. The broccoli is what got you. Okay, whatever you have to tell yourself. I guarantee if I were to be like, hey, can we tell him the story of the frittata? He'd be like, the broccoli is what got me. 10 years later, still complaining about the broccoli.
I've learned to never take any of those challenges, or like, the 2-foot steak. If you eat this steak, you can eat here for free. You're going to get a stomach ache.
Seriously, the one YouTube channel, like it's like Sundays, I think at 9:00 Eastern, is Beard Meets Food.
I've seen that.
And he travels the world to do, and he was just here in Syracuse like a week ago. And I was like, I know it's creepy to have like this parasocial relationship with somebody who's like a celebrity, but of all the people around, I would have wanted to go and meet him. Like, I don't know. I just watch him every freaking Sunday. But so now I'm looking forward to seeing what he ate around here whenever. And now I can see what the lag is. I'm like, how far in advance is he taping these YouTube videos? Now I'll be able to know.
Oh, leeches. I've fallen asleep on boats in the middle of lakes before. So I have stories I won't tell you about leeches. Oh, we rock fish around here, but we use long sticks with a hook on it. Man, they put up a fight. Okay, please do not follow anything I do. Disclaimer. That catfish will break your arm if you're not ready. General Sherman will take you down if you're not ready.
No thanks.
My uncle had a friend that
never heard of that. That is some weird.
They would do some noodle fishing, but they would cheat. They had full scuba gear, and they had a hook. And they'd even put they'd get these big tractor tires and cut a hole in the tread, and then put a board on top of the big hole and leave it there and for about a year, and then come back next year. They'd mark it where they'd know where it was at, and then they'd come back and they'd do that, put their foot in there and see if there was anything in there, and if there was, then they'd stick that hook in there and pull it out that way. So they cheated, and that's illegal. It's legal in Oklahoma to catfish noodle, but you can't use scuba gear and you can't use hooks and all that kind of stuff to do it. You got to use your hand.
I'm glad you said that, because I was going to come back with a space suit.
Do you know what other weird show that I watched so much of in that era was they would go fishing for wood, fishing, but do you know what I'm talking about?
That crazy dude in Louisiana.
Yes.
Yeah. I want one of those tables. That petrified wood or something?
Petrified wood. There was one that they did petrified wood, and then there was another one where they would just get big logs because I guess they used to put logs down a river, and then back in the 1800s, and then sometimes the boats would sink, but they'd have all these wonderful logs on it. So then today's and age, they would go dig up these huge logs and then sell them to lumber companies. But for some reason, I'm watching random people digging wood out of bodies of water, and we watched it every week. Ooh, I can't remember the name of the show now, but I love that
show. I love that show.
I'm gonna have to see if I can find that on like Netflix. I just like when you need a nice show that's calming, won't stress you out. Searching for Wood. That should do it.
I like that. He was kind of nuts though.
There was the one, I know exactly what guy you're talking about. That guy was bonkers. Bonkers. He had like one of those weird, well, he had a few boats, but yeah, that guy was.
And he never wore shoes.
Never wore shoes. I'm like, sir, please, you're giving me anxiety. Put some shoes on.
And for the record, I've been to Louisiana. They wear shoes there.
Oh, gosh. That was some crazy stuff.
Water Seasons Wood is great for making guitars. You know, the ka-ching in my head is like, let's go get a boat right now and go do it.
They were making a ton of money off those logs. And it was just, they were not in an expensive boat. These were not the smartest people you've ever seen. And they were figuring it out. So I'm like, of course, my husband thought he could do that too, but I don't really trust him after the frittata. So
I'm like that. I'll see something and I'm like, well, but the older I get, I know my limitations. Great to see you, Cynthia. Welcome. Like, I wouldn't necessarily go noodling. Well, actually, no, my son's all buff. Yeah, I'd go noodling with my son. But he's a modern kid. I'm old school. I want to go fishing. I want to go just stand in the ocean. I'm old school, and he just wants to sit inside and watch people do that.
Well, something to be said for that.
What time did we start tonight? I was hanging out with my law nerds and forgot to check this time. I try to start an hour earlier on the weekends because I have a little bit more time.
Cynthia, do you mean Emily D. Baker? Are you an Emily D. Baker law nerd? Because if so, I am too.
They're after old growth logs. They're good for restoration of priceless antiques.
Oh.
You guys would people like I have antiques, but it's all like I have a table from 1920s Los Angeles from my aunt. Like I have antique furniture and people walk in my house and they're like, "Who are you?" I couldn't tell you where it is. It's just it's well made. It's just all well. My son has this this dresser piece in his room, and anyone who knows antiques walks in there and they're like, "You put this in a child's room? There's barbecue sauce on it. There's."
So Emily D. Baker is a very popular YouTuber, and she calls everybody who watches her channel law nerds. So that's what I thought you meant.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Case with her.
You watch other than quilt channels?
It's weird, right?
Oh
It's
my
weird.
gosh.
I actually, believe it or not, the most amount of time I spend on YouTube is watching video games. Video gamers.
Really?
They're making buku bucks doing that.
I'm a woman of varied interests between granny hobbies and teenage boy hobbies. It's just, I'm diverse.
Oh my gosh, I'm addicted to trash reality shows that like I'm in the chat and there's like two other people in the chat and they're like, "Good to see you, William. You're watching this trashy show too." It is so sad. And these are like people in their apartments fighting like they're on Housewives. I'm addicted to web reality TV and I don't even know why.
Wait, web reality TV?
That's what they call it. That's what they call it. They call it web reality. And it's just
Is that those ones you just flip through?
no, it's like whole channels. Those lives drive me crazy because the other night I was watching someone make street food and I don't know where they were, but I wanted it. I didn't even know what they were doing, but I wanted it. And it was like the sun was not out here and the sun was out there. But I don't know. I fall into weird rabbit holes. I'm in a million different psychology rabbit holes because of Alibaba. I'm subscribed to like 3 grizzly bears, a bunch of bald eagles, a bunch of national parks, a bunch of safari parks in Africa, a bunch of it's actually really calming they have these cams, and it's just a cam in a watering hole, and a giraffe will come sauntering up, just minding its own business.
I need to introduce this to my algorithm.
I tried to add positivity to mine.
That's what I need.
I had nothing but negativity in my algorithm, and I wondered why I was walking around like, I
went a little too true crime heavy, and now my little page is a little dark. Need a little less murder on my page.
I keep getting tricked into these videos, or am I being detained? I'm like, oh my god, not another one of those. No.
I tried those,
but they always trick you on the titles. You know, the cops be able to do this, and I'm like, what are they doing now? And I'll click on it, and then it's, oh my god, why did I click on this?
Those get my blood pressure. See, that's the thing. I have this rule. Because one day I come from a long line of men who have died of heart attacks. And so I'm like, if anything gives me heart palps, because I'm doing it to myself, because I'm hyping myself up, because some stranger on the internet I'm like, how dare you offend me, stranger on the internet, living your own life? How dare you have an opinion?
Yeah.
So if it gets me to a certain place, I won't watch it. I was watching core videos long before I became interested in quilting. So I enjoy my law nerds. I got into that too, but the whole I don't know if anyone remembers Daryl Brooks. I watched every
I watched that Emily D. Baker, that channel I was just talking about. I watched every minute of that trial. That guy, I swear to God, he took 5 years off my life. I swear to God, the most infuriating human ever known to man.
Even when he got sentenced, he wouldn't stop talking. Even when, oh man, that guy I was like, bro, you're going to jail. Stop talking.
You had your chance. Stop. I can't wait though for, now I'm getting real niche, but if this freaking Blake Lively trial goes to trial in March of 2026, I'm going to tell my boss I can't take a single meeting because I'm going to be in jury duty watching the live stream of that trial. Nobody mess with me. I've got jury duty.
That's like me right now in Gilbert Arenas. He was this guy who was in the NBA. He had a podcast, and he had a speakeasy at a mansion in the San Fernando Valley. And like he basically had it was poker, hookers, and just booze. And where I'm from, if you don't pull a permit, you go to federal prison.
Wow.
And he had a casino. He had a casino at his house, and he got busted because he sent a picture to a federal agent who was posing as like some richie guy who wanted to get in, and he had his name on the tables. And then when he got busted, he's like, I don't know anything about this. And they're like, then why are your names on the table, you knob? I will be watching every moment of that trial. I keep yelling at the judge, give him contempt. You know what?
Where do I watch bears catching salmon? I just found a watering hole, so hopefully that'll be introduced to my
sorry, go ahead.
Page, but shoot me some recommendations on bears catching salmon. Or I guess I could just put it in there, bears catching salmon. I'm in. Yeah. Do you have any weird YouTube rabbit holes you go down, Ron?
Well, everything's every day. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I click on it, anything that looks interesting, and I don't know why they say recommended for you, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
no, I'm not watching that no more.
Like, what about me says that I should be watching this? I went down for a while, for like 3 weeks straight. I was watching all these like custody hearings. Like I was getting invested in these custody hearings out of Florida. I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like, there is something wrong in my brain. Why
this
am
is
I
taking away from my quilting time?
Right. This is taking. Well, I do a wild quilting. Ooh, what do you get us to eat?
Tacos. Oh, and my ring is. I go to the door and my mom's like, "Your ring isn't working." She literally ripped it off the wall and was like, "It's not lighting up. Charge it."
Ron, he stole your shirt. Like he got inspired by your shirt and he got tacos.
I know. I know. I'm
That's
fitting
crazy.
them in my mouth. It's the good place. It's the good place too.
Hey, Katie.
Do you know? I'm in this weird niche. I watch a lot of people who don't speak English, but so there is this one channel. I think it's called Alter Saloon, or I don't know. I'll look it up. But she makes coats. Like her videos are 6 hours long.
Oh my gosh.
From cutting the material to finishing the coat. I've learned so much from her. It's not even funny.
That's crazy.
And they don't say a word.
She doesn't say anything?
No. Even on their live stream, they're not speaking. She's just sewing. I'll send you a link. It is the great. I love it. I love that channel.
There's I watched on TikTok, they have the live streams, and I will get drawn into definitely somewhere on the other hemisphere, making clothes and stuff. And I can't understand anything anybody's saying in the chat. I can't understand anything they're saying, but I'm locked in. I'm here.
If you have an open YouTube channel and you subscribe to me and you sew, that's how I found out about my Russian crowd. And I still want to say thank you very much to the 30% of people who watch my channel are from Russia.
Stop.
That's what YouTube keeps on telling me over and over and over. And I check. Cool. That's a large amount of people. So just know. Go ahead.
Oh, I got to check out this link that Ollie just sent me.
Oh gosh, I had to stop watching those soft citizen videos. Hey Pam, hello, great to see you. I had to those videos get my blood pressure going, so I had to stop watching those soft citizen videos.
I know, me too. I can't stand them.
It's like
one of those things where you can't look away, but you want to look away, and it's just. Now I'm looking at bears catching salmon.
I fall asleep to that
stuff. This is live?
Yes. Great to see you, Pam. Welcome. I watched a documentary about bears and salmon. There isn't enough salmon for the bears, and they can't hibernate because of it. That is so sad.
That makes me sad.
That's there was a documentary that was a movie, and I watched it on TV, and then we ended up going to see the movie in the theater, and I'm like, I'm going to cry for this polar bear again.
Here we are again.
I'm trying. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. And also if you're into sewing, I watch you. Even if you're not, I watch people who make sales, people who make clothes for famous people who it's called dressing people.
I remember watching on TikTok. I'll have to go back and try to find it because I've lost them after the TikTok was banned for 24 hours. But it was this 20-year-old kid. He was in this tiny apartment on one of those $90 machines you get from Walmart, pumping out some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. And I'm like, wow, this guy is going somewhere.
I love that.
Yeah.
This one sewing channel I watched, at the same time, we had 500 subs. Last time I checked was the other day. They're at 10,000 subscribers or something insane. And we started at the exact same time. So I told my husband I was going to start a campaign called Save the Salmon for the Bears.
That's kind of I'm driving my husband crazy right now because I'm saving the milkweed for the monarchs. So I was like, I want you to mow around this bush. I want you to mow around this bush. I'm going to come back and make sure that these milkweeds are still there. And so he did. And then we never saw one freaking monarch. But just in case, I've got milkweed for him.
I get in trouble for weed eating what looks like weeds, but they're plants. And I'm like, well, you didn't put nothing around it, and you didn't tell me, so how am I supposed to know?
Oh, my husband, I walked him right around. This is a milkweed. Do not touch this. I don't care what you do with anything else. Someday there's going to be a baby butterfly on here.
Years ago, we had the flight of the monarchs or whatever, when there was hundreds of millions of them. I stood outside and I went like this, and it was the straight. They almost blacked out the sky. There were so many when they were doing their transit or whatever it was called.
I hope there's, or what's it called? Migration. I hope they're still out there.
It was like one of those once in a lifetime things. Hey Dre, how's it going? And it's okay to be fashionably late as long as you're fashionably late. So I did it again. Because I no longer, buying fabric actually saved me from all the stupid purchases I used to make. And I've gone back to my impulsive buying. I was hooked on soft citizen videos for a while now. I'm in the right mood to put up with them. If I'm in a grumpy mood, I can't watch my group.
I literally will watch like my Fitbit watch and my heart rate will go up and I'm like, time to change the channel.
I'm the same way. Even there was a reunion that I changed the channel because they got so ratchet. I was like, oh, this is too much even for me. I've been watching you for 8 months. I don't care.
I can't not watch the Real Housewives reunions anymore. I can't.
Is it Monarch migration time? No, I don't. This was years ago. It was like one of those weird things. My mom, she got breast cancer in 2012. And so I hung out with her for 2 years while she was getting chemo. We hung out and watched all the Housewives shows for years. And so she'll still call me and be like, if it's the old school people, I know who they are. All the new people, I
don't either. I know the ones from probably back then. And I did love Vanderpump Rules. Man, that was a guilty pleasure.
I watched that dribble. I watched that. You know what's funny? Those, like, the people who played tough guys on television, if you see them face to face, they're like this. And it's sad because all of a sudden every wannabe tough guy is a challenge to you. If like, I won't say his name, Jax. I've seen him in person, and like, he was actually way humbler than I thought he was. And to me, he was a cool guy. Just wasn't like what I thought.
I will not accept any compliments about Jax. I don't want to hear one.
But like, see, that's the thing. I thought he was gonna like. I met someone from the Road Rules, and they said, "Do you know who I am?" And I said, "I don't give a seahorse who you are." So when people, it's just, I have this weird thing with famous people. If they're like, I'm overtly polite in public. I say please and thank you, like, because I want people to treat me like that. And so most famous people I've ever met were extremely humble, but there are those few stereotypes who are not. And so I will say, I'll tell them, I don't even know who you are. Even if I do know who they are. I saw baby marks on my mint bushes. Oh, I took videos of them. That's like my desert. I have my cactus. It does a desert rose once a year. So whenever it blooms, I'm like on the ground taking pictures of it. Like, someone send me your thing.
I love that.
I never got into Housewives. I was big. Oh, I'm Big Bro. I would go insane in Big Brother.
I love the Big Brother. Actually, I was just like, I haven't watched Big Brother in a few seasons, and I was like, I could still catch up this year.
Hey, Joe, how's it going? You like my shirt? I don't know. I kind of fell in love and out of love with reality television.
Mm-hmm.
It was the over-inundation of it, because it was everywhere for everything all of a sudden.
And it just feels too like, I mean, I know it was never real, but now it just feels so manufactured. For a while, you could almost believe some of the things that were happening were really happening. But now it's just so outrageous that, like, no. I want to be fooled a little bit.
Like with Repo, when that show first came out, I thought it was real. That was like fake, super fake. I was so mad because they filmed it in my hometown. I would tell them, "Do you know who I am?" and walk away. It's this. I can tell you on my hand, like, there's been quite a few people, but I've met more humble, famous people than arrogant ones. And it's really funny. And the more money someone has, the more humble they are. Like, I met John Cryer, and he was the nicest dude on earth. Like, I was surprised on how nice he was.
That's good to hear.
I kind of expected him to be Hollywood because he's old school Hollywood.
Right.
And he hung out with me and my friend, and we were like wearing old scuzzy work shirts. He's a real dude. Yay! Hello, Andrea. Great to see you. Project Runway season 21 started today. Disney Plus.
Harry, who's hosting it these days? Because like, there's no Tim Gunn and Heidi. Is it that Christian and who's doing it these days?
Oh, change. I don't like change. Change? What's change? I try to go early on the weekends because I know most of the people who watch me live on the East Coast. So I try to have consideration for all the people who are subscribed to me. Now my reality.
I'm sitting here trying to figure out how you got those curves. Are those just appliques on there, Tasha, or are those sewed together curves? Okay.
Sewed together. It's actually, I wonder if you can see, but it's two pieces that make up these curves.
Oh,
so it's like a little. Let's see if I can get my finger here. There's, so there's a solid square. I'm backwards. And then there's two like quarter circle blocks and then another. So, oh my God, it's so weird being backwards. There it is. So one square and then these two are, so this is a little 4-patch. And so, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that looks more like something I'd be maybe interested in, but those little bitty log cabin things and pieces and cut it a million pieces and then sewing it back together. I'm like, why?
Quilting is
something that actually looks like a kaleidoscope or something, because that thing's kind of trippy looking. I was trying to figure out, and I'm like, damn, there's a circle now. What the hell? So,
yeah, they're cool.
Yeah.
You're the curvy 20 make 20 when you're rewatching this.
Where do you get something like that at? The pattern for that. Where do you get the pattern for something like that at?
So I just made this one up, but
you need to sell it.
Maybe I do sell some, but this one, it was funny. We had, like, there's a little group of us and we had a challenge, like make a block out of a quilt block you own, a quilt book you own. And I had this quilt book that was from like 1984, which I thought was pretty cool because it's like as old as me. And it was just this little teeny tiny picture. And then like things just spiraled out of control. I don't know how it happened, but here we are. And, but I do, very well. Yeah, I have the templates to make the curves and then the rest of it's just squares. So. Thank you. The black and the pink, I'm into.
I'm a sucker for both.
Yeah, I like big contrasting colors, but I don't do prints too much. I'm a solids kind of girl.
I go back and forth between designs. Says the guy who wears a design on his t-shirt every day. I go back and forth between solids and like, for me, it depends. It all depends on what I'm working with and what the print looks like. As far as making clothes. Do you know, I watched a lot of Stargate, and this is actually a Stargate line. It's what I do. It's what I...
It's actually easier to see on the back.
Oh, yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Now that I pick it up. So, yeah. I didn't expect it to make, like, this crazy pattern when I made the one block, but I mocked it up in Adobe Illustrator and was like, well, I got to make 4 then. I can't just make 1. I got to make 4 blocks.
It's Heidi, Christian, Nina, and La Roche. No Tim Gunn.
Well, at least it's Heidi, Christian, and Nina, but Tim Gunn has my heart. Hopefully he's doing okay. Is Tim Gunn? If you know what, if Tim Gunn is no longer with us, I don't want to hear about that today. I'm going to choose to believe Tim Gunn is still alive and well.
Oh my, Tasha, you and I are very much alike in a lot of ways. I watch a lot of old stuff, and I'm like, I don't need to look up to see if what happened to these people.
I don't know what they're doing now. They're happy as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
No, my thing with La Roche is that does he like anything?
I don't even know who that is. So that's the one.
There's a lot of judging. Like there was a show about ballroom dancing, which is like New York club culture. And he was a judge, and they got famous. And he was on RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, I've never.
And so he's harsh, though. He's harsh. He will be nice to you, and then he'd be like, "Oh, by the way, I'm gonna ruin your life." He's one of those people I can't watch because he gets my blood pressure going. Recently, my newest high-speed chases. Oh, mainly Arkansas troopers. Do not transport weed across Arkansas. I'm back. I was forced to eat 2 corn dogs smothered in French's mustard.
Oh, you poor thing.
Oh,
I hope you survive that. All right, Adrian.
If you get stopped, you go to jail. No ifs, ands, or buts. Don't smoke pot in Arkansas. I missed him. They didn't ask him back.
Those mother. I'm writing a letter to my congressman. How dare they not invite Tim Gunn back?
The people. I love Tim Gunn. I like Christian. I'm not sure I like Christian plus Heidi.
I'm with you on that. I'm gonna have to watch it and catch up.
Cutting fabric and putting it back together. He was construction and did it with lumber. Absolutely.
Exactly.
La Roche takes a bit of getting used to. I'm not anti La Roche. It's just he's so harsh on everybody. If I ever see him in person, I'm gonna ask him, "Do you like anything? Anything at all?" He's just one of those people. Arkansas state troopers don't care that pot is legal in surrounding states. If you step over the state line in Ark, you're going down.
So when my mom and I drove to Virginia, I was like, "Mom, remember, the stuff isn't legal everywhere." And she's like, "It'll be fine. Just don't get pulled over." Guess who got pulled over?
Oh,
First time I've been pulled over in 20 years. Oh, it was fine, but thankfully I had forgotten all about that conversation, so we left, but we were fine. I don't look like your usual suspect of who's going to be transporting anything across state lines, so I was okay.
That is so. I feel like when I drive to Vegas, I feel like the cops know my car.
Here's that crazy guy going to Goodwill again.
Oh yeah, or like the CHP has this huge station at the border. They take pictures of your car as you pass. They're like, "Oh, it's that Goodwill guy. Let's see all the crud that's in his car on the way home this time." When you look out, last time you couldn't look out the back. Let's see if you can look out the back this time. How's the organization going? I used to love Heidi Klum, but she has made some questionable comments about larger bodies that has turned me off. No,
You don't like that.
Yeah, not at all. You know what? It's actually changing my life. Being organized is actually changing my life. And I'm thinking about making a hat bag. I need some tips though. I want to make a long bag where I can store my hats like this together. All my fitted hats. I have a ton. I have slowly become a fitted hat collector.
I have no advice, but I look forward to seeing whatever you figure out.
Because I saw this thing on somebody was like, "Oh, a hat bag on Amazon's like $30." And I had that thing in my head like, I can make that. Yeah, I could do that better than that. And cheaper.
In fact, I'm going to take 3 weeks and spend $200 to do it better than that thing that I could have gotten on Amazon delivered overnight for $30.
Okay, but to be fair, I have the zippers and the fabric already. Oh no, getting pulled over with weed. Here they just assume that you have marijuana on you.
I actually don't know what state we were in and if it was legal or not. Thankfully, I just got off with a warning. Like
Andrea said, they care more about alcohol in my state. Do not drive drunk. They will ruin your life in California. California will ruin your life if they catch you. Before my grandma passed away, I went to pick her up some weed for her. That's how I found out Michigan has limits on how much you can buy a day.
I wonder if that's why they always ask for I always wonder why they ask for your license when you go to the dispensary, or however you say that word. I always wonder.
Yeah, because if you buy anything over an ounce, at least in California, if you buy anything over an O, you have to have a if you have a rec, if you have a card that basically says I need medical marijuana, you can get over an ounce. But if you don't, if you're just over 21, you can't buy anything over an ounce.
I've never really.
So, but to be fair, as somebody who imbibes, if you're buying more than an O every day, call me. Call me. That's a lot of Mary.
Yeah.
That's a boat ton every
That's
day. Like, whew. Cynthia, high-speed chases are our national pastime here in LA. Ask Twinny McTwin. When I hear helicopters, I go run into my front door because I can literally watch it pass by my house. I think she was the kind on that episode. I really have heard anything derogatory. Does CHP have the before and after pictures of your vehicle? Yep, about how many sewing machine. That's the thing. They probably know the weight. They're like, oh, it's that sewing machine guy. But ever since my car accident, I don't speed. Almost dying will teach you a lesson.
It's funny. I got pulled over. We were driving, like, I had terrible drive down and back to Virginia to New York, because like all the DC traffic and stuff. And my mother was in the passenger seat, and she's like one of those that's like, you know, like the whole time you're driving, like literally slamming her foot on the invisible brake pedal. And the cop pulled me over for brake checking somebody. And I was like, I don't even like, so I'm sure he was surprised when he pulled me over and it was me. And I'm like, I brake checked somebody? Does that mean I slammed on my brake? Like, I didn't even know what that meant. And then he's like, well, yeah, he moved over behind you and you slammed on your brakes. I'm like, probably because my mother's over here slamming her foot on her imaginary brake. And she's like, sure, blame it on me. He goes, okay, Tasha, just get home safe. Like, get me away from these two.
Hello, Linda. Do you know what's so sad? My mom is the exact same person. I tell my mom, no side seat driving. She almost.
Now I would say to my mom, get your brake pedal ready. Here we go. We're getting into traffic. Get that brake pedal.
My mom does this thing where she goes, oh, and she grabs on the handlebar and everything. And I tell her, you are going to make me crash. You're going to make me crash because you're going to hit me. I'm going to go like this.
I like to complain about my mother, but then I do the same thing to my husband. So, you know.
I sit in the back seat in the wrong direction. I have control issues, so I'm rarely not driving. And that's honestly my only control issue is driving. But if I'm in the car, I'll sit in the passenger seat and not say anything. I just want to be in my car. Yes, that's Michigan. They ask for your license, they track it, they can buy so much a day. That's the thing. Like there's a limit. But if you're buying more than a day, you are Cheech and Chong combined, Shaggy with Scooby combined.
How are you even walking around? I don't understand.
But it's so different where I live. Like it's so different because it's been legal for a while now. It's just a part of life now. I think mostly around Detroit, Cedric Simpson, Judge Oakley, Judge Slavin, he comes on. I know exactly what you're talking about. I've seen all of these. I do like watching people fail epically at court. Great to see you, Linda. Great to see you. I get a contact high when going into pot shop, but there's probably the THC crawling on everything. We literally have another side of the train tracks. It's the strangest thing. LA County, there's a street that's parallel with the 5 freeway, and everything nefarious or like, can we make carbon fiber frames here? I don't know. Put it on the other side of the street. It's legal, but you can't on one side of the street, but you can on the other. So all the questionable stuff is literally on one side of the street in LA. It's funny.
That's strange.
The city I live in has 5 dispensaries. It's my town does like where I live. Every town, it's up to every town, and it's not legal in my town to have a dispensary. Not every town allows them in Michigan, so the ones that get a lot of shops, they're always busy. It's revitalized Los Angeles. I'm not here to preach for or against, but it has brought some of the scariest neighborhoods like to some of like you're eating pizza and you're like, this used to be one of the scariest neighborhoods on life, and now it's a functioning neighborhood. Judge Middleton and my favorite female is, I know her name, but I can't remember right now. I do that all the time on the internet. I have this whole point, and I'm like, but I can't remember my main point, which is the name of what I was talking about. Okay, so I'm gonna make a hat box because I haven't been buying fabric, and I use this as an excuse because I have more cash in my pocket. But I started buying more hats, and I will own every single California Angel hat they ever had, ever.
But are you going to sew a hat box?
Yes, it's just a giant bag with piping.
Oh,
I just needed to be big enough to fit all my hats.
will you put something in between the hats, or you just kind of stack them, throw them in there?
That's a really good question.
I'm not familiar with hat boxes.
I have a million hats, but like I'll show you my old Minnesota hat. I wear them, and so they get ratty.
Ron, how are you storing masks? You got a mask box?
No, I just put them on mannequin heads.
Oh.
But I just fold them up and put them,
And then
put them down.
Do you sell most of the ones you make?
Hmm?
Do you sell most of the ones you make?
I used to sell on eBay a lot, and then I had my own website, and then I had this guy from Finland that was buying everything I
love
but
people like that.
I kind of quit doing it, and I don't do it much anymore, but I'm kind of trying to get back into it again. So,
you know, it's amazing when you get that one person who buys all your stuff. And I love those people. This is a fitted hat, and this is ratty because I wear them all the time, you know?
I don't know if I would have thought that you were wearing hats all the time.
I work on a ranch, and so I have to have a hat on.
Yeah.
And like I got used to the cowboy hat. I'm not kidding you. In my hometown, if I put a hat on and walk around, if I walk around like this, no one recognizes me. Because people are so used to me wearing my cowboy hat. So I go undercover boss sometimes. And
so it's literally like, that's how Superman got away with it? You're telling me that's real?
It still creeps me out to this day that people legitimately cannot recognize me without my cowboy hat on. And yes, Joe, I am running low on. You have no idea. My son walked in and I was doing laundry, and I had this on because I don't know why these fit perfect out of the box. It's rare. And my son looked at me and he's like, I wonder if they have meetings for people that buy too many hats. And then he walks out of the room. And I'm like, thank you, Peanut Gallery. Thank you. Oh, I've seen Shackleford. All of these pop up, especially true crime. But the one thing I will say, Tasha, I had to take a break because I was scared to leave my own house when it came to true crime.
It's funny, and especially with the little kids, like sometimes like some of that kid stuff slips in there, and I was like, yeah, I can't do this anymore. It's just
I'll call my son. He's at his mom's house, which he's safe. He's fine. He's under adult supervision. I absolutely respect my ex-wife's husband. I'll call and be like, what you doing? And my son will be like, you watching true crime? Because it's 11 o'clock at night. Why are you calling me? I'm fine. I'm playing video games. What do you want?
What happened? I had to take a break because like in May, I want to say it was, I got a phone call from my son's school. Like they sent a text like, your kid's absent. And I'm like, he's not absent. I definitely sent him on the bus. And of course my brain went to like the immediate like 5 minutes later, they were like, yeah, he just was too busy chatting away at breakfast and he was late for attendance. You know what I mean? But in that time, I was like, I'm buying air tags. I went off the rails. Like, so I got all these like tracking devices that I was going to stick in my kids' book bags. I never did. I did buy them. They're here, but I never did install them. But I was like, okay, maybe we need to take a break from the true crime because I like, you know, I live in like the smallest, safest town in all of the land. And I was just like, you know, off the rails.
My town's the third safest in LA County, and I still it's Mayberry. Me and my neighbors, we wave to each other, like, and I still have security cameras on my trucks, like that needs another dog. I like hats though. You know, I never realized how much fabric I purchased until I stopped buying fabric. It was
I know. Have you gone back to the market to see if they're back?
well, I did. I on Saturday mornings I'm up early, and I used to go to the market at 7:45 in the morning, and it was packed. I drove by and the parking lot was empty, and it's a fairgrounds, so I could see all the way through. There used to be flags everywhere and vendors, and it's an empty parking lot, and I'm lost.
That stinks.
And you know what? Eventually, it will come back. It will. It's just, you know, I'm at a loss. I don't know where to buy fabric. I can't watch true crime shows that involve kids.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
me neither.
Hey, Susan, great to see you. True crime shows that are all my mom wanted to watch the last few years of her life. I can't watch them late at night. Aw, my grandma, she just wanted to watch black and white. So we watched Rawhide, Wagon Train, Petticoat Junction. We watched all those old black and white TV shows.
I was going to say my grandma was the opposite, where she would always be like, let's watch. So I don't know if this was just a New York thing or whatever, but she liked watching one church on TV, which I know is probably everywhere. But then the other thing she liked listening to is like back when, you know, the cable had like the TV guide channel. It was blue and it just like scrolled the channels of what was on and always had that music in the background. So grandma's like, do you want to watch church or do you want to watch the channel?
The guide channel had commercials. They would, you know, they'd show. I missed the guide channel.
No, this was just literally a blue screen with music in the background that literally did nothing but rotate through the channels. What time it like?
Yeah.
Nothing. There was no talking, nothing. Church or that. And I'm like, Grandma. And I didn't have cable at home. So when I went to Grandma's, I was so excited to watch cable. And then all I could watch was church. And my dad, we never went to church. So like, I didn't even, it was, thanks, Graham.
Have gun, will travel. Love that one. I still say have sewing machine, will travel. I love that. I still listen to old timey radio from the 30s and 40s. It is so sad. I just got the satellite fixed in my car. It was some mix up with satellite radio because I registered two cars at once, and so they did it for one car, but they didn't do it for the other. And so I've been fighting them the whole time. And then, to Sirius's credit, though, they gave me a year free. Because for the past couple of months, they've been telling me, it's in your car, it's in your car. It was not in my car. In my Flex.
I just thought of another YouTube channel for somebody else, not for me. Have Quilt will travel. I mean, I'm not going to say nobody's name. Just
is becoming a that. Tasha and I at the same time, we were like, well, that is actually absolutely true. Just came 2,000 miles to go to Vegas. 3,000 to go. Then we drove another.
I know. Now she's doing it again.
To be fair, a year free is good. Oh, yeah, because basically they were charging me for the past 6 months and I hadn't had it in my car. And I was like, what are we going to do about this? And they're like, we're going to give you a year free. And I was like, I'm shutting up right now.
Did they give you a refund too, though?
Yes.
Okay, now we're talking.
I'm a Karen. Well, you know what it is? It's not even a Karen. It's incompetence. Like I'm big on responsibility. If I say I'm going to do something, I do it. And I take it, you know, not everything's a win. Sometimes you got to be like, you know what? I take responsibility for this. This was a bad choice. And people don't do that for anything anymore at all, even for the products that they sell. Jess is en route right now. Jess is, if you are anywhere in the South, she's probably flying over you right now. And her arms are going to get tired when she gets to Texas. I watched The Flying Nun last night because it was on TV, and I was like, I wonder if I had that power. That would actually be cool.
I watched some movie when I was a kid, The Boy Who Could Fly.
I love that movie.
Did you?
That and was it Flight of the Navigator? And that other one where those little boys had a spaceship. They built a ship in their house. I can't remember.
That seems really familiar, though.
And then, like, the ship, they got abducted by aliens, so basically their ship took off.
I do remember that.
Oh, I can't remember the name of it. I was obsessed with that movie. She didn't already. Yeah, she already drove to Texas. She's flying this time.
She had to drive to drop her quilts off, and now she's going to visit them.
I believe she's taking it back. I don't know. You know what? This is I think this is, I don't know if this is her first at a really big quilt show. So we're all going to find out together what happens. I've never seen The Flying Nun. Because of my job, Sally Fields really absolutely goes out of her way to take care of people with special needs. And so I've seen everything she's ever put out. But we, like, at my job, we have DVDs and stuff. Like, Sally Fields, there are certain people, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is one of them too. They put so much money in the Special Olympics that they are the Special Olympics. Like, it wouldn't be around if it wasn't for specific people. So I respect her. And Arnie too, even though he's weird.
Oh, weird.
Love the jacket behind you. I'm impressed with the pattern. Thank you so much, Patty G. Thank you so much.
I really like that one a lot.
I'll grab it in a second. Yeah, she's picking up the quilt. Is the show over in Texas? I believe like it's the last couple of days today. I mean today and tomorrow.
Usually, yeah.
And aliens were kids.
Ends on Saturday.
What's the name of that movie, though? What is the name of that movie?
Let's see. One with the kids, you mean?
Yeah, it was like, and I want to say Will Wheaton was in it, but I could be wrong. It was like, or what's his name? Oh, the guy that no one likes anymore. Corey Feldman.
Ethan Hawke and River Phoenix.
Yes.
Yeah, Explorers.
I wanted to be them so bad when I was a kid. I wanted to build a spaceship and go meet some aliens like they did in that movie. I now have 5 quilts to enter in our county fair. That's awesome, Susan. That's awesome. I have weird goals like that. Have you seen the flying guillotine? Do you know what's really popular at quilt shows is quilted clothing?
Yep.
It is.
There's a guy on YouTube that takes quilts and makes pants and jackets and all that stuff out of them, and they're pretty cool looking. But
it takes like antique ones or vintage ones, right? Because some people get real mad.
Yeah.
I've actually started doing that, but I don't feel bad because I do it to the Walmart blanket, like those ones, like that one quilted one I made. That was factory machine made. So I didn't feel guilty pulling that apart.
Honestly, if my quilts someday are rotting on a shelf and someone wants to pull it out and make it into clothes and give it new life, I'm in. Go for it.
That's how I feel. I like that because, you know, I think about my machines all the time. I'm like, you know, someday somebody else is going to have all of these machines. And I hope they have fun with all of them. The ship was a tilt-a-whirl car that they built. Oh, wow. No, I hadn't heard of that. Earlier today, I was thinking about the movie Stand By Me. Oh. I think tomorrow's the last day. I wanted to go down and had reservations and made everything, but my sister's in hospice, needs me tomorrow. I am so sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that.
Absolutely. I miss the BBC Doctor Who series. Can't get enough BBC here without cable and extra channels. I'm the same way, Susan. I'm a BBC geek. Thank you so much for stopping by, Joe. Thank you so much. Yay. Susan, where are you? If you own it, you can do anything you want with it, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. I've always wondered about that because I've shied away from a few quilts. So I was like, well, if I buy this, this will become a jacket.
Do it.
Ron, are you a purist in that sense?
Am I what?
Would you take a quilt and take it apart?
I don't know. I'd probably do that before I'd make one. My grandma, I've got a quilt that was my grandmother's when she passed away before I was born. But I was looking at one, it had a hole in it, and there's another quilt underneath that one.
Oh,
so
wow.
She made it on top of the other one. So there's like the batting and stuff is inside. On top of another quilt. So I guess she used that as a batting.
Yeah, I think like that's what they used to do, right? When like you couldn't get things, that if like your quilt started to wear out, you would make another one and either re-quilt it, put a new backing on it, or you know, like depending on what was worn out. It's pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So it's like a quilt inside of a quilt. So
yeah, that's really cool. So other than the masks, do you sew other things?
I do I used to do upholstery all the time. There was a guy here local that I actually found him on YouTube, and I ain't seen him in quite a while, and he's doing rebuilding these RVs and stuff. And I told him, I said, well, if you ever need any, upholstery done, and he's like, well, actually, I got somebody that does all the cushions, but I need somebody to do the dinette set. Can you do that? I'm like, yeah. So he sent me and I made a video and stuck it on my channel about it. He brought that thing to me, and it was just bleh. So I took it all the way down to the springs, and it had horsehair inside of it, and so I covered it with foam, and then I made the pattern for it and everything. So yeah, it turned out pretty good. It wasn't the best. It had a few wrinkles, but I used to do upholstery, but I kind of got out of that because there wasn't a lot of money in it. So I started doing the wrestling mask thing. But every once in a while, I've been watching a bunch of the upcycling stuff, and that's how I found William's channel and all the T-shirts on the back. Now I can't go to a garage sale without looking I'm like, well, I don't used to look for just T-shirts that would fit me. Now I'm like, well, that's a cool looking design. I could cut that out and put it on the back. I'm like, damn it, William.
I will cut out anything. You should see the look in people's face when I'm standing in the women's section in the black T-shirt row. I'm like, nope, yes, nope.
I saw one. I didn't even ask how much it was but it was a Cookie Monster T-shirt of little kids, and I'm like, oh, that looked cool on the back of a jacket. So,
that's
but
awesome.
I didn't get it.
That's all right. I'm gonna go iron. I'll be right back.
Okay. They put old quotes in the middle of the new one. We think we have things hard sometimes. Oh, absolutely. You know what's so funny? So I talk about that all the time, Terry. That's why I constantly say I have first world problems. I used to do RV cushions. Interesting. That doesn't sound fun. My mom and dad did upholstery for a little when I was a kid. Turned the garage into their workspace. I love that. I absolutely love that. I have British ancestry and enjoy British mysteries, comedy. I watch a lot of BBC, Susan. I watch a lot of BBC. So sorry that you and your sister and everything are getting ready to move. Absolutely. Absolutely. Depends on the condition. Some are bad and loaded with crud.
I think about the only thing I ever watched on BBC was the Monty Python and the Benny Hill show. That's about the only thing I ever watched.
We had one of those old school satellites. And so I just sit in front of the TV as a kid and absorb all of it. Thought of you today at the Goodwill, $20 for about 10 yards of assorted cotton shirts and sheets. I love that. I love that, Pam. I would go crazy for something like that. I need to find the box with some of my projects. Quilted Coat in Progress is still one of my. They're huge. They are really popular. Every quilt show that I go to, somebody's selling quilted clothing. I love this channel when looking at the Brazilian singer. I did put that in the title. That's back when I really was organized. I've been watching her decorate for about 5 years now. Bad choices after bad choices. Doctor asks how she's still alive. Blood sugars. To be fair, I live like that. I don't take care of myself like I should. I have health issues, and I'm like, oh, I'm going to have chili fries and a chocolate milkshake today. I don't
Ron,
have
I loved Monty Python and the Search of the Holy Grail when I was a child.
Yeah.
The Knights That Say Me, and I still quote a lot of that movie. What my parents had me watching that movie as a child, I'll never really understand, but I loved it.
'Tis just a flesh wound. Just a flesh wound. They sell those patches. Those patches are all I have to stop myself. That's one of those patches where I'm like, well, Amazon says I visited this page 45 times and I still haven't bought the patch.
That's funny.
I don't remember how I found this channel. It just came up my suggestion feed. I do the same thing, Andrea. I'm looking for lives. I do the same exact thing.
I know how I found your channel. Yes.
Oh, Twitty McTwin, you're missed. My sister died suddenly. Neither way is better, fast or slow. It all hurts. Absolutely. No matter what it does. When my pops passed away, I was ready for it, and we all knew he was going to. I feel like I'm abandoning her, but I kind of have a feeling she won't be around anymore by the time I move. I hate it, but her quality of life is so bad now. As so, you have to take care of yourself too, though, Cynthia. You use meth too. I couldn't. Who?
That one's not me.
Nope, not around here, Cynthia. Not around. Maybe that's spelled wrong. That's probably math. Math. I'm hoping it's math. You need to do what's right for you. Absolutely. Mona is how. Yes, exactly. Mona is how many of us. I would go on Mona's channel all the time, but my hours changed. What I did was buy a men's shirt that was unsewed, no pattern needed, had batting all cut out. Oh, that's awesome. Made several blocks for it. I am big in upcycling. Upcycling is what brought me here. And I still buy. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Math. It was math. The math comment. I don't know. It was math. Yeah, it was math. It was math. That's actually but the other word has destroyed my town. Don't do it. Stay off of it and stay away from my Cadillac converter. I have 2 cameras.
We went by a Methodist church one time, and they said bean supper for meth women or whatever, and I'm like, that's probably not good to put on a freaking church thing.
What did it say?
It was a Methodist, and they just shorted it down to METH, meth women. And I was like, oh no. They meant math or something, probably.
They're going to meet the wrong people, is what's going to happen. The wrong people are going to walk up to them.
Yeah.
Oh, through Tammy. We love Tammy. When you said you're the same way. Oh, you meant blood sugars. I am, yes, with blood sugar. Are you kidding me? I get hypoglycemic. It's not the guy. Are you kidding me? I'm no joke with blood sugar. I have a problem where I start 5,000 projects. Like I see cool furniture all the time, and I'm like, oh, I could flip that. I went through that. I went through that. I wrapped a chair in denim. I went through this weird phase of wrapping everything in denim. I found the shirt at the Union Gospel Mission thrift store. Spent a whopping $250 on a shirt. I love that, Susan. I love that. And it's the only church where no one has their teeth, but they have everyone else's stuff. I am not used to humidity. I know everybody on the East Coast is looking at me and laughing at me right now, but I'm a sweaty mess this year. We have like 70% humidity here in California, and I think it's because of the La Nina hanging off the coast. We're not used to it. I'm just not used to it.
We went to like this dirt track races. I don't know what you call those, stock cars or I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. But my sister had these things called cooling cloths that if you just get them like a little bit like wet, and then I could not believe how, of course I ordered them on Amazon immediately. But I was like, we need this everywhere we go. These things are great. Because I was pouring sweat.
I need something like that. I feel like that this year. Like, this is the sweatiest I've been.
Seriously, I'll have to send you the link to these things. They were like the coolest things I've ever experienced.
Yeah, we got some of those. The ones we got, it's like I don't know, what was it, those chamois or something like that?
Yeah, like it's mesh kind of.
Yeah, kind of well, the ones we had was like a suede, something like a chamois that you dry your car off with or something.
Oh.
And you keep them all wet and you can put them around your neck and it'll cool you off. But
Yeah.
then when they go to dry, them suckers are hard as a rock. I mean, it was like, man.
I think it's a little different, same idea, but
yeah,
different material. Because I don't know, it was great because we were at the dirt track and then your face is getting all wet, and I'm just like using it to wipe the dirt off the kids, off me. I was like, this thing's great.
I want to check that out. I'm going to do a thrift haul today. We finally got a break from the heat and humidity, but now the wildfire smoke from Canada. Oh, that's awful.
Where are you, Andrea?
Michigan.
There
was 1 year there were fires in Oregon and Northern Cal. The sky, by noon, the sky was black here. And I live way south of both places, a good 900 miles from the Oregon border.
Oh. Mona did what?
I guess that explains it. My sister's diabetic. She also has used jugs through the 5 years. Oh, okay. Totally understand. Today we got a sudden break in weather, and this chick was out all day. Our weather has been so strange. We'll have a beautiful day. Like today, it was decent and windy, but at the end of the day, it was just 90 and muggy.
It was 70 degrees here today, which is literally perfect. And then, of course, I had to work. But I was like, oh, my God, this is the perfect day.
Yeah, it's been in the high 90s around here, and
it's
real muggy. Oklahoma.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and it's been, but the last couple of days it's overcast and it's like 80 something degrees. So it's decent weather around here today. Last couple of days. It's supposed to rain hard tomorrow, so I don't know.
I'm like the same as Susan, where the humidity, like I'm just not used to the humidity because I'm from the desert, and I just feel like I'm glowing at all moments.
Glowing.
I just feel wet at all moments. And I'm not built for that life. West Coasters, we are dry. We are dry people. Oh. And I'm trying to grin and bear it. I'm trying, but I was sweating so hard after my short. I'm like, this has to be the humidity. I was profusely sweating after
It does
skating.
make a very big difference.
Absolutely, Andrea. Absolutely. Her first child she carried died 2 days before she delivered on her daughter's birthday. She's been using meth ever since, not math. Oh, I totally understand. It has, it's kind, you know what? Honestly, it's like the same story around here. It's ruined people's lives. I lost a cousin a few years ago to a drug overdose. After she got out of prison, she used meth and heroin, had kids. Absolutely. Did it rain in the OKC area? Ron?
Did it rain? I think a little bit yesterday. It did. Maybe today. I don't know.
Tasha and Ron, where are you both from?
I'm from Oklahoma.
And I'm from New York. Not city.
New York City.
Not
Somebody
New
get a
York
rope.
City.
I miss those old
New York Brothers house.
Pace Picante commercials.
Yes. New York City.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, was there ever salsa that was made in New York, or was that them just not like in northern?
Ripping on New Yorkers.
Yeah, they were just making fun of New York, I think.
You know, until I went there, I didn't realize that New York was an actual state.
Yeah.
Like
I've been to New York City like once. I never go there. It's 6 hours away for me to get there.
Wow.
And so far away from New York City.
Hey, True Blue Quilts. Hello.
Hi, Andy.
Yay. Great to see
True
you.
Blue Quilts is Andy.
Welcome, Andy. Welcome. I'm complaining about the humidity right now. I live in Southern California and I am not used to 70% humidity.
She's in Arizona, so she can probably really relate.
Okay, good. So you know exactly. We have the exact same weather as Arizona, at least right now. Well, we used to, and so I'm not used to this weird humidity. It is. I'm changing. Like I'm at a James Brown concert, and I'm James Brown. Yes, I always hear the Pace commercials. I watch a lot of old, stuff from the 70s and 80s, and I love it when they leave in the commercials. I will say though, the 80s commercials, some of them are too nostalgic for me.
Yeah.
I remember watching the new Hollywood Squares as a kid. And so now that I'm getting to those episodes, I'm like, oh, I remember watching this in 1989. Like, oh my gosh, was it really that long ago? My son told me it rained a little bit here this morning. Slept through it. We need rain.
Oh God, you're getting to the age where you're like, we could use a good rain.
Well, it poured this year, and so everything's still green. And usually my valley is golden brown or that weird don't start a fire dry brush look, you know. So it's weird for everything to be so beautiful around here. Yeah, it was bad not trying to bring chat down. It's okay. We could talk about real life stuff here. You know, I used to be a part of a sewing circle, and while they were sewing, all they talked about was real life. And I got to hear everyone's business because I was in a group with everyone's mom. So I was like, oh, I didn't know that about this person. I didn't know that about this person.
Yeah.
Give me all the gossip.
Absolutely. I'm in Phoenix and I cannot handle the humidity. See, something has happened this year where the weather has changed and I'm just not used to it anymore. And I try not to gripe about the weather. It's actually on my list of things to not complain about. But the weather has changed here. Something has changed. I really truly don't even know what it is anymore. But the weather has really got to me. I learned to enjoy alcohol class in college. That both the hard drugs to get off of. Absolutely. I actually used to do intervention and outreach, and I quit doing it because I just got tired of the hard stories. And the older my son got, there were people my son's age, like I couldn't imagine not knowing where my kid is.
Susan, I'm in the Finger Lakes area. I'm outside of Syracuse.
I still watch Johnny Carson too. I love it. There's a lot of that stuff is out there. You just have to go look for it. Excuse me. As far as YouTube goes, a lot of that stuff. I've been watching the Hollywood Squares. That's my fall asleep thing, but I've been watching a lot of stuff lately.
Paul Lynn always cracked me up on the Hollywood Squares.
I still watch the Paul. Not too many people like Paul Lynn, but I still watch the Paul Lynn show.
He was like Don Rickles or something.
A lot of that comedy was not for everybody. They said horrible things. They would be chucked under the jail by today's standards. They would all have been canceled, not talked to. We had flooding yesterday. The streets literally flooded like 2 feet in some areas. That's crazy. That's not good at all. Absolutely, those curves are looking good.
I'm on my last seam. Let's hope it all lines up the way I dreamed.
It's so dry here in Saskatoon. Something's going on. See, the weather has completely flipped. It's usually the other way around. It flooded so bad that it was the first time I was happy I didn't rebuild my home after the hurricane. I'm so sorry. The narcan is everywhere. It's here too. We have it at my job, and no one at my job is even on that stuff that I know of. Absolutely. I'm doing a temperature quilt. I'm doing a temperature quilt. This is on my live stream, so regular talk about the weather. Not very interesting though. You know what's really funny? When I moved to Arizona, the people I lived with, they were like, "Look, we don't talk about the weather. We know it's hot here. Get it out now. It's hot. Get it out now."
Yeah.
I just had to Google what that is, but it's not too far from me, Susan. Couple hours.
Is that Shavana? Siobhan.
Sheena.
Siobhan. Sheena is in
probably Savonia's.
I speak California English. I apologize.
We have a lot of really unique names here in New York.
My fall asleep is the old project.
One place I've ever been in New York is White Plains.
Oh, downstate.
And I was only there for a day.
I think I drove through there once.
Yeah. I just got out of the Army, and I was in telecommunications, and I was on all these, trying to get these headhunters to find me a job, and they said, "Do you have this qualification?" I'm like, "No." And finally somebody told me, said, just say yes. They'll take you and they'll train you. I'm like, "All right." So I said, "Yeah, I can do that." So they sent me all the way to New York, and I got up there, and they said, "Okay, good. I'm going back to Canada, and it's going to be yours." And I'm like, "Oh, wait a minute. I've never done that before." And he's like, "Oh, really?" He said, "Well, they said you could." And I'm like, "Well, I thought," he said, "Well, if I was going to stay another week or two, I could probably train you." But I'm like, "All right." And so they sent me back the next day, and I was like, "Well, that was fun." One day in New York.
Yeah, it's not for everyone. I did it for a while until what's that stuff? Spice hit the street, and I quit because it was like zombies on the street. I used to live in Pacific Heights in West Saskatoon. I miss Canada. I want to do that ride. I have been from Vancouver to Saskatoon, and it's beautiful. It is just, Canada is just beautiful. And anyone who lives up north, I know they're like, it's just trees. I live in the desert. We don't have anything like that here. We don't talk about Bruno. No. So, Saskatoon is fun. It's a fun name to say. Great people. I've been there. I'll never forget. I asked the question, "What do people do here?" And someone was like, "Well, we hang out at Walmart." You know your town's hopping when Walmart is the place.
That's what we did when I was a teenager. Got my license. Ooh, we can drive to the Walmart in the next town over now.
We did stuff like that. We had field parties. We'd literally just go stand out in a field and stare at each other and try to pretend we were Hank Hill.
And then run from the cops. Yeah. Done that a couple times. Probably the last time I ran.
My town, I tracked the daily high-low temps to make a color chart at the beginning of the year so I could do a half triangle block. That's awesome. My block would just be one straight line because it's permanently like 75 here.
I could probably do the curves, but on accident.
White Plains is not NYC. It's downstate to Tasha and upstate from me. That does sound amazing. I'm in Prince Albert. Very, very nice to live here. I loved Canada, but again, like I always say this, there's a difference between visiting somewhere and living somewhere. I drove all around when I was younger, and I moved to Portland, having been there a million times. It was different than visiting there. Living there was a whole other thing than just the million times I went and sat by the river. I looked at the weather stats for my town and year I was born. Odd weather even then. One day in January 15th during the day, the next 42, and then 20, then 50, and then a low of 10. Wow. I'm glad our weather doesn't jump like that.
There's always the joke here that like in certain times of the year, you start with your heat on, then it's the air conditioning, and then you go back to the heat because it is wild.
I get nose cold. If you ever hear me get the sniffles, that is literally from the temperature change because I'm a lizard. I'm so used to being hot all the time. I walk in my house with the air conditioning and my nose instantly clogs up. The Gordie Howe Bridge is just getting to be fully functional and nobody's going back and forth to Windsor now. Good to know. Many stages, mugwort, is that patchouli? Tobacco, cooking herbs, lavender is a growing hobby. I grow chili peppers, corn, not tomatoes, but it's legal in my state. You can have at least up to 7 plants. What else do I grow? Oh, grapes, of course. Duh.
We do zucchini. Is zucchini a thing out there?
Huge. My parents. The only reason I don't grow it is because I grew up in a house where my parents grew squash and zucchini, and I mean they would be like this big. They're freakishly huge.
I love zucchini. We do tomato zucchini. We did lettuce this year for the first time, which was pretty fun.
How'd that come out?
Good.
How long did that take?
I think just a couple months, and then we just harvest some of it off, and then it does taste better. I don't know if it's mental or not, but it's a good salad. And we do pepper and a lot of tomatoes.
There's next year I'm gonna try to grow bucket corn.
Bucket corn?
It's too much YouTube. Too much.
Like
YouTube.
growing it in buckets, or it's
people they grow corn in buckets because I live in in a neighborhood. So I can't just walk out to my field and plant my corn. So I was thinking about doing bucket corn.
Yeah,
that's fun.
Have you seen those Alaska buckets?
Oh, everybody, stop talking about Jess.
Oh no.
Hey,
everyone, we didn't say a word about her the whole time.
Nope.
People have been wondering where you were, where you are.
Did you say Alaska buckets? Is that what you're saying, Ron?
Yeah, they drill holes in the side of them, and they put like a Walmart bag inside of it so that you get aeration. Plus, they water them from the bottom or something like that. I was looking into that one time.
My sister grew zucchini so big it's like a baseball bat. She would have picked it sooner. They get humongous. And yes, Patty G, my shirt is true. That's why I can't show any of my quilts because there's no videos out there.
Those videos are on a different sites with a small subscription fee. You can watch those videos.
How do you think I paid for all this stuff in here?
How do you think the mortgage is paid?
There's actually someone like that online, and I like made the mistake of Googling them one day instead of looking for them on YouTube, and they had alternative content.
My husband thought that would be a great idea for us. He's like, if I can quit my job, maybe you should sew naked on the internet. I'm like, no.
I'll go back and watch. If I thought people would watch, I would be like that D'Angelo video right now. But like I said, this is all tucked. This is all tucked and stuffed in here. I look like everybody else. There's tons of lavender farms in Sequim, Washington. Pronounced Squim. Squim? The E is silent. Interesting. Shoot, are we going to talk about it now? What are we going to talk about now?
Yeah, now that Jess is here, what will we talk about?
That's a lot of 5-gallon buckets. I'm going to grow corn. And all of this.
What do you need? Because corn, I don't know. I guess maybe you could just grow a few corn plants, but.
It's one of those things, more or less, I just want to see what happens. Like, I have grapes. Even this year, they're out of control. They're out of control. I have so many.
We have grapes too. Like, they're just naturally growing in New York. And because we're just letting our property kind of go back to nature in a lot of ways, we have thousands and thousands of grapes, but they all have seeds in them. And I'm like, what do I do with these things?
Well, mine are summer seed. Like my wine ones don't have seeds. But my other ones, they have seeds. I see. The thing is, I eat them. I walk in my backyard. I'm like, bup, bup, thank you, nature. Thank you.
Are bitter.
I like bitter. I'm weird.
We know.
I would do it for enough money. If I thought someone was watching, no one wants to see this. Does this mean you made it to your hotel? Oh, no, not yet. So, Tasha, next time I fly east to visit my daughter, I'll let you know.
Maybe we can meet at one of those Finger Lakes wineries.
We were talking about this earlier. I think you get a lot more subscribers if you change your name to the Naked Quilter.
Oh, that's probably true.
My so-called naked life. See, but do you want that? See, the problem is, do you want that kind of attention?
Do you want that kind of what?
Attention.
I mean, if I didn't have to go to work tomorrow. I could probably get through it. We have thought about doing wine, Ollie. I just kind of got to look into what that entails.
I constantly was threatening about doing a channel of just reading a biology book with my shirt off.
My husband, I like to play video games, and my husband's like, all you have to do is just play them with like a low cut shirt. You'll be great. And I'm like, nobody wants to look at an old fat lady's boobs. And he goes, everybody wants to look at an old fat lady's boobs.
Okay, no, that's actually true. That's actually true.
He's like, they'll look at your boobs, Tasha. They'll look at them.
But if you look at the numbers, like look at, I always say one of the reasons I failed at Instagram is because I didn't show my nalgas, because I didn't show my butt, because all the successful accounts on Instagram is some girl like, hey, and I'm like, I made this shirt. I upcycled this shirt. Like, look at my shirt.
That's funny. Let's see if I flipped anything.
The Buff Quilters Club. My sewing in the buff life. You guys are saying that now.
Kind of done. Can you see it?
Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing.
I don't think I flipped anything. It looks right.
It's messy. I love those obstacle illusion.
That turned out fun. I have no idea what I'll do with it.
That's what I say with every coat. That looks absolutely amazing.
Bare butt.
There's a lot of wieners there.
Wineries.
Glasses, sorry. Susan, I am so sorry. My mind is in the gutter.
We have got Will off the rails. Just look what happens.
Let me
I
pull
don't think he's
myself
ever
out.
said the word wiener when you've been here.
I apologize. All boobs are great boobs. All boobs are great boobs.
That is literally what my husband says.
Bare butt quilter. You know, I'm going to write down all these names. I'm going to go back and write down all of these names. Don't be mad when some weird channel pops up. What am I saying? I would link it to mine.
That looks pretty cool. I cannot believe
That looks amazing. That looks absolutely amazing.
the math on like an envelope and just hoped for the best. And it worked out.
I love stuff like that. That
And if I
reminds me
flip
of
the
those
block, you can't tell.
optical illusions that the mall used to have, where it would like morph into a picture.
That's what I was about to say. It looked like every time you look at it, you can see different things in it. It's like, holy crap, look at that.
I'm a fan.
Oh.
Thanks, everybody.
You took the team straight to Wiener Town.
Thank you.
I know Twin McTwin isn't here, so we're not under adult supervision this evening.
Which makes it way more fun. We're talking about boobs and wieners.
Oh, now I'm craving a hot dog.
Did you already eat all those tacos?
Hot dogs.
No, they're sitting behind me. I am going to annihilate those. You know what I've learned though, because it comes with a bunch of rice and beans, I've learned to eat the tacos first. Because when those rice and beans, when they get to the bottom of your stomach, you're like, okay, I can't move now. I can't move.
Yeah. My dad always eat dessert first.
Like, this thing's like 15 years old. So I get it was not when I bought it, but maybe it is now. That's Taylor's boyfriend, right? I can get in on that. It is now.
Oh, that's so funny.
It's just, it has nothing on the back or anything. I don't know what this 87 is there for. Yeah, Terry, I noticed that when I mocked it up in Adobe Illustrator, that's when I saw the secondary pattern. I went, I got to make 4 blocks if I'm going to make 1 block.
Naked and afraid. You know, any of those Survivor shows, I would win. I would just walk out somewhere. Like, I know how to cook. I know how to start a fire. I'd go find a hog and go hide somewhere.
That's just like my husband in the frittata. Famous last words. Let's see it, William.
I know I would be like, take me home. I miss my sewing machine.
It's humid. I don't have a rag. Jess, you can't. If you start staying away, like William's channel, my YouTube will be taking it down. We're slowly we're circling the drain here.
Oh, we've already started. I guess we can tell Jess what her new channel name is going to be. Have Quilt Will Travel.
Oh, yeah, we were discussing you earlier. Have Quilt Will Travel. I like that. And then you can do the whole cowboy persona thing. I like that. It's not my fault, Susan. We don't blame you. We started, the bar was low already. In no way, shape, or form do I blame you, Susan. In no way, shape, or form.
That's funny. I did not even know he was 87, but now I know. Yes, I love Adobe Illustrator. I took a pattern writing course, a quilt pattern writing course last year. And was it last year? I think so. Yeah, now I've just gone off the rails. I'm full obsessed. It's a problem. It's not a problem.
I'm
great.
so weird. I don't do mock-ups. I'm just like, I'm gonna make something, and I just start.
I can't see. I don't have like. I don't. My brain can't picture things like. I can't like. My husband always gets super annoyed because he'll like see a fan. He'll be like, "Won't that look great in the living room?" I'm like, I don't know. I cannot picture it. I can't see it. My brain doesn't look like I can't go, oh, and see that. Like I spend a lot of time designing something because I just can't fit. I can't just wing it.
I have a cowboy hat for you. I'm weird. I'll look at tweed and I'm like, that's pants, that's a jacket, that's a vest. Like I'm weird like that. Content warning in effect. Absolutely, absolutely. We're adults here.
If not, go to bed.
Yeah, for real. We don't
You
like
marked
your
this
kind of
not for
quilt.
kids, right?
Battle.
We don't like your kind of quilting around here. I mark everything for adults. My channel is marked for adults. So if you're watching my videos, you've lied, and you're a minor, you've lied on your entry. Or you have to tell your age.
Andrea, you should not have told me that because I am like YouTube University of Adobe Illustrator. So I might be knocking on your door when I can't figure out something, which is often.
I need tech support all the time.
And then I don't even know what words because I'm so new at it. I'm getting a little bit better, but I don't even know what words to put into Google for it to understand what my problem is. It's like we have no results. We don't know what you're trying to say.
Oh my. I'm the same with Apple Care. We spend more time trying to define what my problem is than actually taking care of my problem because I have to describe it to them. I'm fixing to wrestle me up some blocks, lasso them later.
So you could be quilting naked with the cowboy hat on. You're like, we're narrowing down your niche here. Your subscription page is coming together.
This whole quilt cowboy vibes. It is. It could work. It could work. It
Chaps, a hat. We're getting somewhere.
I have leather chaps. I have leather riding chaps that I haven't destroyed yet. I said I was going to, but I haven't. I've been sewing more than riding.
Girl, I'm already in Canva. Or not, girl. I'm already in Canva.
Well, feel free to ask if I can help. Andrew, there was a guy who called himself the Quilting Cowboy. I learned
I've seen him
so much from him. He had a few patterns in YouTube channel about 5 years ago. There is a video from about 5 years ago. I'm sitting in that corner and I'm talking, and over the corner is his channel. I loved that man's channel. He actually inspired my channel in a lot of ways. Because I was like, well,
I watched him the other day, and he's not into quilting as much anymore. He's a shaman now or something. I don't know.
And he got famous, and so he started making his own patterns.
Yeah.
Naked Quilted Cowboy. And he also said, because I like really got into him, and he also said YouTube's frustrating. I was like, I feel you, dude. I feel you.
Yeah.
It feels like people have already come up with all the combos already. Quilted chaps. Oh, ooh. That's actually feasible. No, because I was gonna make overalls with this quilted material, but everything's under the sun's already been done. Ooh,
I bet quilted chaps has not been done too many times, if at all.
I'd probably make that this evening. You took the from me, Quilted Cowboy. But the Quilted Cowboy, like, that's a very famous YouTube channel. I liked watching the Quilted Cowboy. I miss the Quilted Cowboy. That's where my caftan video came from. Because I would just go to the biggest YouTubers I knew and copy what they were doing. And there was this one video 5 years ago where he made a caftan, and I was like, I can do that.
Adobe Illustrator is expensive these days. It's like a subscription, so you have to pay each month. But there's an alternative called an Affinity Designer, and it's a one-time fee. Yeah, you can email me if you want, and I can help help you find a link if that's something you're interested in.
I'm going to be on for a while. Well, no, I'm probably going to end this at 3 hours, 20 McTwin, but I'll hang out with you. I'll be around. I use my daughter's school email and get the students rate.
Ooh, I wish.
I'm thinking this year I will be using my teacher discount because technically I am my son's teacher. So I'm going to go to Hobby Lobby and be like, where's my discount?
You should. I do the whole Creative Cloud too because I use Illustrator and InDesign as well, and Premiere Pro for my editing.
But it's okay if I don't make. Well, I'm going to end this at 3 hours, but I'll be around. It's still early on the West Coast, even though tonight is a laundry evening.
And you know how to party on the weekend, huh?
So I will be cleaning my house, mopping, and doing laundry.
Good to be you.
That sounds about as fun as quilting. I mean,
well, actually, cleaning is actually fun because I put on music. I get a whole vibe going. I'm sure, I wonder, people always ask me, I wonder what your neighbors think of you. I wonder what the neighbor behind me thinks of me because they have little ones. I can hear them playing in the backyard. I mean, like little ones, like not even at school yet, little ones. And I wonder what he thinks of me barbecuing at 1:30 in the evening. And I know if he looks out his backyard, I know if the fence is there, but I know he can smell me at least. He's like, is this guy cooking steak at 1:30 in the morning? You suck. Especially rodeo time. There's been lots of cowboy stuff around.
I love that there's a place in the world where they're like, it's almost rodeo time. Like those words have never come, like noodling has never come out of my mouth. Rodeo time has never come out of my mouth or even into my brain. So there's like a whole world out there I'm not familiar with.
First of all, rodeo time is relevant here. I went to Vegas last year around rodeo time, and they had all of the mini horses. I got out of my car. I was like, oh, and the sad thing is, they let me walk on the fairgrounds because of my cowboy hat. Not paying I walked. Rule number 1 in life: act like you've been there before. I just kept walking.
Promotions 11.
I just kept walking, and no one said a word to me. And then I was like, oh, look at all the horses.
They're like, imposter.
They were tiny. Well, I'm used to freakishly large horses where they're like, oh man. So when they were tiny horses, I was like, oh. Johnny has a little NBC tassel for exotic dancers. If you know what I mean, oh man.
That sounds amazing.
Johnny was crazy. Johnny would dress up all the time. And the stuff that they had on Johnny Carson, you could never get on TV nowadays. As far as women walking out in bikinis and stuff. Yes, I'm a teacher too. My dad was a teacher. That's awesome.
And bears eating salmon. This is a good day.
I'm telling you.
My YouTube recommendations have just been upgraded.
I want to go to the Calgary Stampede. I've been to the Pendleton Roundup, and that was some bucket list stuff for me.
Wait, what's a stampede?
It's a rodeo.
Oh, I guess I didn't know rodeos were like. I guess I need to do some Googling.
Oh, they're huge and they're expensive too. Because Twin was looking up prices, and I'm like, they're not $15.
Do you go and like watch it? Like it's like a circus, but a rodeo?
Yeah. There's roping and riding. There's rodeo clown shows, all kinds of stuff.
They've got a international high school youth rodeo in my town in Oklahoma, and they've got like 3 rings going at the same time, and it's all the riding and the bull riding and the bronc riding and all that stuff. So you can always tell when they're in town because they got those big dually pickups everywhere.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta pull your animals. I was really into it when I was younger. It's all fun and games until you get thrown off a Bronco and you're like, did I break my rib? Did I? And it in your 20s, you feel invincible. In my 30s, I was like, I need to go to the hospital. The first time I fell, I was like, I quit. So in my 40s, I'm a total has-been. Because I actually used to do that, but not everyone's built to be chucked around all the time, and I'm not.
And now I got a new Reddit I can join. This is great.
We are one of the last stops in PRC before the finals in Vegas. Susan, if I don't go to the finals in Vegas, I watch them every year. Every year. I'm going to go to a rodeo. There's lots in North Carolina. I just need to find a partner. Partner. Watch the movie 8 Seconds with Luke Perry. I'm getting so old. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. I'm aging disgracefully. I don't know what they're... Oh, I don't know that there are rodeos up here. Probably in Michigan, I guarantee you there's rodeos. Used to have rodeos at state fairs. Are you shocked at what goes on at rodeos?
I just Googled the Calgary Stampede.
Oh, it's huge. That's one of the biggest. Calgary Stampede's huge.
And that is unbelievable. The pictures that is crazy. I had no idea.
The one in Oregon, I thought it would be. I've only watched it on TV, so when I went, I know this sounds cliche, but I thought it was big. It would be bigger. I sat in the stands and I'm like, this looks way bigger on TV. Have you ever gone anywhere and you're like, this does not look like it did on TV?
I've seen like pictures of like the pyramids and like in Egypt, and then like 3 feet over there's just tourism, and you're like, I would be so mad.
The Vegas everyone asked me, how did I get my picture in front of the Vegas sign? I went there at 5:45 in the morning because there was no other way I was going to get my picture.
Why? There's just so many people.
Traffic. And the funny thing is, there was an Elvis there at 5:45 in the morning. When I walked away, a tour bus pulled up, and the Elvis guy was like, "It begins. It begins."
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, I just looked. It's like a 1-day, 10-hour drive for me to get to the Calgary Stampede. So we won't be doing that.
Calgary Stampede, the rodeo in Cheyenne, and all of the Ellensburg rodeos. Oh, I'm so jealous, Susan. I'm so jealous. Never been to a rodeo. I think it's fun. A lot of people might not be able to hang with the calf rope in. We
have like tractor pulls here and stuff like that, but it's usually just tractors doing things. Grease pole climbs.
For anyone interested, I found a Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black on YouTube. Be careful, Twinny McTwin. Be safe. Have you ever heard? Oh, have you heard of extreme bulls? No.
Oh God, what could that be? Ron, have you heard of extreme bulls?
Uh-oh. Is this
like bull riding, or where they chase you down the street?
Does the bull ride you instead of you ride the bull?
Yeah.
I played cowboy poker, and everybody thought I was crazy. I did it, and I didn't move too. And that thing, the horn came within this close to my face, and I'm still here to tell the story.
What's cowboy poker?
When you sit in the middle of a bull ring and you play poker, and the last man standing wins.
Like you sit at they put a table of people playing poker
in the middle of a bull ring,
like playing cards.
4 people sitting in opposite directions with your and the funny thing is, I got respect because when they came behind me, I didn't move. But everyone thought I was tough. It was fear. I was like, oop! I locked up. I said, I can't move. I cannot move all of a sudden.
So what is that? What is that snot on my neck here?
Oh yeah, I played Cowboy poker. Oh yeah. And the funny thing is, I played with two 70-year-old men who are not around anymore, and they were tougher than me. Have you heard of prairie oysters? Is that like Rocky Mountain oysters?
I just Googled that, Adrian. Don't trust you anymore. It is like
Yeah.
apparently.
I
Deep
still have
fried bull testicles.
Severance, Colorado. Shout out to Severance, Colorado. I've been there. They were so impressed they gave me a t-shirt. Too bad I'm not that skinny anymore. It's a good story. I got stuck on 70s television. I'm learning so much. Cowboy poker is, look it up. I didn't flinch, dude. Still to this day, there's people that tell the story. They're like, William didn't even move. All fear.
Yeah.
There's some weird stuff out here. I just Googled extreme bull though, and it says it's a motorized unicycle.
Oh, okay. That sounds like fun.
That's up. That does with a helmet. That looks great.
That's like I found on this weird rabbit hole where they had these mini motorbikes that fit in they're like suitcase size.
Oh, my dad wanted to get some for the kids. I was like, Dad, no.
The price is what always gets me. Like, I want the dolphin, but I'm not going to spend $100,000 on a dolphin. There's a dolphin that you can literally skim in the ocean. It's like it's a submarine that's in the shape of a dolphin.
I understand the submarine stuff after that, like that one last year. I'll leave the submarines alone. What was that one? You know which one? Where they went to the Titanic, imploded.
Ocean Gate.
Yeah, I'll stay away from that.
Okay, I have this weird thing. I went bungee jumping, but when I walked up, I looked at their equipment. I looked to see how professional they were acting, if they were joking, if they were being rude to people. These people were professional. What I'm saying is, if you're going to do something insane, look around. If I got in that box and the guy was like, oh, this is a PS1 controller, I'd be like, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out. Like, no. Take me to the woods. We'll never get lost. I ask questions. I'm beeping my car. Like, take me to the woods. We will never get lost.
That's so funny.
But this is older me. Younger me would have been like, let's go in that sub and die.
Yeah. It'll be fine. This guy says it's fine. He looks legit.
40-something-year-old William is like, is that legal? I need to see the specs on that.
I literally am so against fun. My husband came home with a little, we have an above ground pool, and he got this little slide for the kids. And I was like, you tell them feet first only. And my son's like, who's almost 8, Mom, the fun is going down, face down. I go, they're going to break their neck, Carl. Like yelling at my husband. He's like, go inside and go downstairs. Don't look out the window. We're going to be having fun out here. You go. So
thank you. It took me a long time to not be like that with my son. Even, I'm telling you, even like I'll get bored and call him. What are you doing? What's going on? I haven't seen you in 10 minutes. What are you doing?
Today, I was like, I wish I could text my daughter who's 4 or 5. Like, she's at summer camp. I wish I could text her and see how her day's going. She can't read. She doesn't. Nor does she have a phone or anything else. But
it's a good and a bad thing. Like on the weekends, I've learned to not hit the location on my son because I'm like, why is he there? Then I call him and he's like, I'm at the movies, you freak. What do you want? It makes me laugh how feral we were. I know, like right now I can hit a button. My mom would look at me in the morning and during the summer and she'd be like, get out of my house. Don't come back until the streetlights come back for lunch. but don't come back till dinner. We partied. We lived outside,
Yep.
you know, and I have to like, well, no, even today, we were cleaning the side of my house and my son walked outside and he's like a vampire. He's like, when the sun hit him, I'm like, dude, it's summer. We're supposed to be outside.
I am a fun sponge. I've never heard that before, but that is me.
That sounds a fun sponge. I'm
Ooh,
stealing
suck up
that.
all the fun. Make sure there's none left behind. We went to Hershey Park a couple weekends ago, and my son did all the roller coasters, like all the upside down, all that stuff. And he was trying to tell me about it, and I was like, honey, I'm so glad you had fun, but you have to talk about roller coasters with Dad, because the idea of you flipping upside down is making me scared.
No, not doing that.
Mm-mm.
I was so disappointed. I grew up near a major theme park, and I was so disappointed in my old age that certain rides give me heart palpitations. I'm like a thrill. I was like, I'm from here. I think I'm gonna die.
Yeah. Oh, they can tell you how fast your kids are driving. Oh God. Thank God I got at least a while before I have to worry about even getting the kids phones or anything. I don't know how old kids get phones now though.
Pretty young. Well, we held out for a long time because I kept on saying no because I didn't see a point. But really what I didn't want to deal with is what I deal with now. My son, excuse me, my son cannot exist without his telephone. He will go through drug withdrawals. He gets anxiety. Like, if he can't find his phone, he's like, freaking out. I can't find my phone. And I'm like, take a deep breath. It's probably
We're
in
gonna
the
get through
bathroom.
this.
It's in, there's only 3 places you leave it, So hold out for as long as you can. Because my kid, he played with toys. He was a normal kid, and then all of a sudden he got his phone and he was like this.
It's already bad enough with the iPad.
I checked my daughter since she was 16 years old. Our kids are always our kids. Absolutely.
And her daughter has a 16-year-old, so she's saying, like, even though my daughter is a grown-ass woman, I'm still tracking her.
Absolutely. I'm glad to see that will never go away because I will never stop tracking my son. I'm gonna be in the retirement home. What am I kidding? I'm gonna be in my retirement home sitting in a bunch of sewing machines. Where are you? He's gonna be like, I'm living my life, sir.
Yeah. My youngest is in 7th grade. Oh.
To get a phone. See, she's the only one of the kids who doesn't have a phone. I held out for a long time. My son didn't get a phone until almost like 9th grade.
All right, so I got some time to.
The problem is it becomes a real. I'm addicted to my phone.
Me too.
I sleep with my phone. Like, my phone has its own pillow, so I'm not sitting here talking trash about anything I'm not going through myself. But we had a long time without all that technology. All of us here. We had a lifetime without that technology.
God, I'm glad.
There's a different. I read a lot of Scientific American, and there's a chemical component behind it. But there is a difference between somebody who was raised with the internet and someone who wasn't. And it's all about the power of no. Because in real life, most of the time, I can do whatever I want, and I get no all the time. I can literally do anything I want, and most of it's nope, not right now, So, but as an adult, I know that I'm not trying to go beyond my means and saying, oh, but I can go to this other program or this, because I wasn't raised by a computer.
Right.
I was raised by a man who was like, do you want to see the bottom of my boot? So my whole point is,
yeah, Etch-a-Sketch was my computer.
Right?
I love the Etch-a-Sketch.
I got my kids Etch-a-Sketches for Christmas last year. Ron, do you have children?
No.
Smart. I'm around a smart man, is what you're telling me, right?
He's gonna outlive us all. Is what he's gonna outlive us all.
Yeah.
I'm walking around stressed for no reason. My kids didn't get a phone until until they had to ride a
Yeah,
bus.
my brother's always telling me, he said, well, you'll miss not having kids. I'm like, when?
Yeah, hasn't happened yet.
Then by the time his kids will start getting in a fight, and I'm like, so when am I supposed to miss that? He said, shut up.
I always look at my husband when the kids are just battling and go, do you remember why we wanted kids? I can't. He goes, for fun. I'm like, are we having fun?
Yeah.
Andrea, this is my new California pet peeve. Get off your phone. California, get off. It's been illegal here. We were the first state. And you're not hiding it when you're driving like this. I take it personal. I think you're trying to, I'm not going to say the word online, but I think you're trying to off me. I take it personal. Or they're in the fast lane driving 20 cars behind them and they're like this. Oh, that reminds me. If you guys see a viral video of me giving the stone cold salute to a guy in a white Prius, it's me. It happened yesterday. He was a yuppie. He was on his phone. I passed him. He gave me the finger and I was like, you too, buddy. Here's both of them. It was me. If I leave my house without my phone, I will turn around and
number one.
I'm the same way. I hated computers. I had a flip phone until I was 37 years old. No, yeah, right before I got on YouTube. So I was like 30, 36, 37. I miss my flip phone.
I've already been brainwashing my kids where I'm like, you cars are dangerous. You should never be on your phone. And then they'll go, Mom, you just touch your phone. I'm like, you're right. Mommy's bad. And I throw my phone away. And I'm like, so I'm already like brainwashing them at 8 and 5, like that they shouldn't touch their phones when they're driving. Tell me you have anxiety without telling me you have anxiety. I'm worried about my kids being distracted drivers long before they're even close to driving a car.
I will. You are not alone. I have to stop myself on the weekends. I'll think of a scenario, put my son in, and then call him. And he's like, I'm watching a movie, bro. Leave me alone. Like, but I'm in the house like, what if this? Oh my gosh. What if this happened? Like, I do it all the time. This drives me crazy. There's a boy now, a high schooler, who was in kindergarten, had the most expensive iPhone of the time. Wouldn't even fit in his pocket. This is like the people who come to my job to dig a ditch and they show up with $300 jeans. This generation's a little bit different. They're just a little. The foreman came to me one day and he's like, you got to see this. And he stopped the tractor. We had a whole crew out and everything. He's like, come here. There was 2 or 3 guys wearing real life $300 jeans. And neither one of us had seen $300 jeans in person. I've seen them in magazines. I was like, man, are those real Gucci? Like, are those real? I didn't even know what to say. But I try not to harp on the younger generation because we're the ones teaching them. And for as much as I talk about my son being plugged in, I bought him an Oculus. I bought him a PlayStation. I bought him, he had every skin on Fortnite back when that was popular. I bought, I'm feeding all these addictions, Once my cell phone lost the signal, my hand to God, they started calling hospitals, ERs to see if I was there.
Do you know, Terry, my mom, one day she didn't, I called her and her phone went right to voicemail. So then I called my sister because my sister and my mom were like 2 peas in a pod. I'm like, have you heard from Mom today? She's like, no. I'm like, okay, I'm going to, her phone's going right to voicemail. I'm like, oh my God, she fell down her stairs. Something terrible's happened. So now I'm driving there, driving half an hour to get to my mom's house. And she's not even home. I go in the house, look all around for her. She's not even home. She was at the casino and lost reception. And I drove all the way to my mom's house to make sure she didn't fall down the stairs.
Yeah. My mom first got her cell phone. I called her and everything, and she's like, hey, this thing works pretty good. But one thing, how did you know I was at Walmart? I was like, Mom, it doesn't matter where you're at, it's going to ring.
That's hilarious. It's in your pocket, Mom.
Oh, I see stuff like that I love. Like when my mom confessed to me that she hadn't pumped gas in 40 years. I looked at her, I said, all right, I'm going to teach you. But inside I was like, aw.
Mama. Yes, it's true. They learn by what you do. So I'm putting my dang phone down.
Yeah, I made a mistake and told her how to voice text. So every time she texts me, it comes out WRONG. I'm like, I know she's saying my name, Ron, but it's coming out wrong.
That's is she saying that? I mean, that just might be her nickname for you that you're finally
Maybe,
learning.
because I'm always wrong.
That's my husband's nickname.
And you need someone to count on you, come help and stand. Get in front point A to B when you need to ride. That is true. Cell phones I'm not completely dogging cell phones. I'm just saying. Like and it's also, I didn't exist in the iPhone world until I was in my late 30s. So I have a different opinion about the whole world. About the whole iPhone. And keep in mind, I'm sitting in a room of Apple products. So I'm not talking about anything that I don't live. My 24-year-old amazes me. He got rid of his smartphone and went back to a dumb phone. It will only let you talk and text on it. He doesn't get social media. That would change my life.
I feel like I've heard of multiple kids in their 20s doing that. It's smart. I like it.
I'm like,
yeah,
I love my internet. I'm telling you, I watch stuff I'm not even into. I got into curling. I
love that
because of YouTube.
Curling your hair?
I wish.
That Canadian thing.
I haven't had hair since there was a 19 in front of the year. It's been a while. I saw my daughter was at Macy's. I texted her, "What are you buying me?" That is one thing that's like wrong. I'll see my mom's at the store and I'm like, "Hey, get me a Mountain Dew and a hot dog." And then, like, especially at the Safeway by my house, they've changed so much. They have their deli serves like comfort food now. It's weird. And it makes me so glad to be retired and not having to deal with spoiled, entitled children on the playground. These kids it's a generational thing. I was raised with utter and complete respect. So these kids do seem disrespectful, but it's their parents who are allowing it, you know?
I don't know what's gotten into my 8-year-old, but he has been opening my car door and closing my car door for me every day for like the last 2 weeks. And like, he got really mad at me today when I opened my own door because we were running late. And I'm like, dang, you're cute. You're a good kid.
He's a gentleman. He's bringing chivalry back.
I said, you were such a gentleman.
I had no idea the dumb phone is trying to but like I say please and thank you to everybody everywhere. My son does. And people tell me all the time, they're like, your son's so polite. And I always say thank you. But in my head, I'm like, he better be.
People.
Yeah, he better be. That's how he was raised. He better be. My comment was not just having children. Not about.
So that was, she was saying like when you're going to miss when you need to get, when you're too old and you want someone to drive you to doctor's appointments, and you're going to miss not having kids then, Ron. Good thing you'll have an Uber.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Depends on the family. My family dynamic, we're anti-family. We're like splinter. We're like factions. We're in my family. We are literally Hatfield and McCoys, but we all have the same last name. Like, it's sad. It is.
The only thing I'm worried about is who's going to pick out my nursing home.
It's probably best you get to pick out your own, not leave it to the kids.
Yep.
Every time my mom makes me mad, I go, "Don't worry, Mom. I'm gonna remember that when I'm picking out your home."
Yep.
You know, it's so funny. Both my grandmother and father spent their last days at home. So in my family, grandma lives on the couch. She comes and lives into our house.
Mm-hmm.
Which is an old George Lopez joke that I used to tell, but I don't like him anymore. So I will no longer be telling that joke that I actually lived. But it's true. Like in certain cultures, grandma lives at your house. And that's what, but you know, it was so sad though. I saw my grandmother go through Alzheimer's and I witnessed the most well together, polite woman in the world become a cursing tornado.
Yeah.
And my grandma would say things and I was like, I didn't even know you knew what that meant. Like,
she's been throwing those words away for 80 years.
Oh, she got vulgar. So she hit 95 and then just the filter didn't fall. It exploded.
Yeah.
I like that too. It changed my life too. He doesn't see the funny videos I share with my family, and I want him to see
You
that.
guys gonna have to start checking email.
I'm telling you, I took negativity out of my feed, and it changed my life. I quit hate, and I used to hate watch people. I won't even sit up here and
Me
pretend.
too. Guilty. You and I are a lot alike, as it turns out. Yeah.
I would, but then I would be like, "Why are you watching this? Because you're giving someone you don't even like a view."
Right. Andrea also, he started opening his sister's door the last couple of days too, which has been really cute to see.
Aww. He better be in my head too. Well, I'm one of those people, instead of talking about change or something, I know this is cliche, but it has to start with you.
Be the change you wish to see in the world.
If I want people to be polite, they're going to be polite to me, because when I go to the Goodwill, like, you can see the guy like, hey, it's the please and thank you guy. Or like, people ask me all the time, why are you so polite? And I told them, like, aren't we supposed to be? Like, maybe I'm a terrible person, but when I go out, I'm nice to people because y'all didn't do it to me. I don't know you, you know, like, most of us can't afford a nursing home. Right now, the average is $6,000 a month for assisted living. And God forbid you get this. This did happen to my grandma. My grandma was rich, but no one knew she's going to live to be 99. And home care was unreal, because we had nurses. We had a living nurse in my house, and it was unreal how much money. Life is too short to. Absolutely. I have a saying, if you're not laughing, you're not living. That's why I do that's why I stay away from stereotypical things. I do jazz hands. I try to enjoy my life, you know.
Well, I read like a while back that like your diet is more than what you eat. It's like everything you consume, like, so everything you're watching, listening to, and that like really changed I was like, yeah, why am I watching this crap? I mean, there's good crap like Real Housewives, but then there's other crap that I don't need to be watching.
Oh. And I also like watching. I don't know. It's weird. I like learning things. I really had to take. I don't. You know, I had to look at myself and ask myself, why was I watching these people, or why was I hate watching this person, or okay, this person hurt your feelings. We live on a planet with now 8 billion people. Somebody inevitably is going to hurt your feelings. My dad passed away at home. Mother-in-law and long-term memory care unit at a nursing home. Is your email in your YouTube channel notes?
Yeah, and it's Tasha at tashaquilts.com. So pretty straightforward.
I've gone through. When they ask you about being polite, you respond asking, and you're not. It's so weird to me. I get that all the time, where people are like, you're so polite. Like, aren't we supposed to be nice to each other? But it's different where I'm from. You guys actually have pointed out to me the California stereotype. And I look around and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's real.
What stereotype?
Entitled rich people.
Oh, yeah.
I live in the suburbs, so I get the stereotype of like yesterday there was this man in a Tesla who we were going uphill of course towards a Walmart, because I have no life and I'm just constantly buying cleaning supplies and sewing supplies. So I'm going to Walmart. I'm going up the hill, and it's going over the freeway. We're going over the freeway, and this guy's going 10 miles an hour. So I passed him, and I did give him a honk, and so did every other car. And he pulls up next to me, and I love this because I could see him. He's hulking up in his car. He's like, oh, when I see this guy, I'm gonna do this and that. He's giving me the stone cold salutes. He pulls up next to my car and goes, oh, this guy can actually fight me. I love that. When they're huffing and puffing, I don't say a word. I just roll my window and I say, can I help you? And he's like, no,
That's funny.
Because everybody's a tough guy. Like Mike Tyson. What did Mike Tyson say? Oh, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the mouth. And
Yeah.
Oh, but he was obstructing everybody. And it wasn't even about the Tesla, but he was on his telephone. And just like whatever you're going through, brother, like I'm here for you, but just pull over to where you're not in everyone's way, you know? And he got mad because he created his own problem. I've lived in many other states. If you're going slow, people just, and they go over. It's not even a big deal. It's nothing to fight over. It's nothing like, oh, where I'm from, people are so entitled. It's strange. They expect everyone to serve them. And I think it's because I do a job of service. I don't know. And it's not, I wasn't born this way. I was just entitled as they were, but I saw those ugly attributes in other people that I lived. So I just don't do them, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, but not everyone in California is from California. So some of you stuck up people, you came from Okie Spoke, I don't know, and you're talking trash and you moved to my town. Come on, William. You did not see the encampment they tore down yesterday on the 405 in the San Fernando Valley. We are not all entitled in California. No, this is what I'm saying. In my area, we are. No, I'm saying in my area.
Well, and you're saying it's the stereotype too.
They are the stereotype in my area. Like, and it's sad. And that's why I look at them and I'm just like, come on, guys. You guys are the reason why everyone hates us. And most Californians, like Denise says, like California is a normal place. If you get outside of LA, it looks like Oklahoma. It looks like New York. It looks like anywhere else, you know. But where I live, it's just one of those places. Other states give bus tickets to their disputes to come to California to use our resources. It's true. That's one of the reasons I quit doing outreach.
Have you, Ron, have you lived in Oklahoma a long time? Have you ever like lived out?
Yeah. My whole life.
Oh, okay. Except for that one day in White Plains, New York.
Yeah. Well, I've lived a little ways. I went to the Army and went to Washington State and went to Georgia for a little while and moved to Texas for a little while, but always, for some reason, keep coming back to Oklahoma. So
I live
cheaper cost of living.
5 minutes from where I grew up. So yeah.
I made the mistake of moving back to my hometown. There are entitled people everywhere. I think social media has made it worse. Do you guys have stuck up people where you live who think they're better just because of where they're from?
I think there's there's always like there's certain area, like I live near a town that's very wealthy. There's a lake there, and so really famous people will buy houses on the lake, and so we always say like that place is more, you go there, the vibes are a lot different than when you drive like 10 miles the other way and it's a bunch of farmers. You know what I mean?
That's actually happened to Montana.
I lived in Kansas City for a little while, and it was right there on the border of Kansas and Missouri. Mm-hmm. And they put on the tags what county you're from. Oof. And people were like, oh, they're from Johnson County, they're rich. Oh, they're from Jackson County, they're white trash. And I'm like, just by the county you live in? That's crazy.
That happened here too. I got pulled over and a cop flat out said to my face, what are you doing here? You live in a great area. I was buying fabric.
Imagine that.
But not the one that you're thinking.
Well, I was trying to leave downtown LA and I was doing sketchy breaks, but I just didn't want to miss my turn, and it's all one-way streets. So if you miss, you got to go all the way up and then come all. So I was like, I'm not going to miss my turn. I'm not going to miss my turn. There are stuck up people everywhere.
People are people, no matter where they are.
There's always been the haves and have-nots. I don't think we are different than the rest of the world.
The reason why California has probably more stereotypes than most is just because Hollywood's there and it's such a focus of television and, like a lot of people, like, when growing up here, people are like, oh, I'm going to become rich and famous and move to California. Like there's just that like aspiration, reputation, so it's a little different.
We don't.
Nobody's going, I can't wait to move to Syracuse, New York.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's true though. It is true. And also it's weird to me. The other day I was watching hockey and a commercial came on. It was 2 streets over. It was a State Farm commercial. Well, no, whoever's the mayhem guy.
Yeah.
Who's the mayhem? Or I'm mayhem. If you didn't blah 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 blah. I forgot. He was on anyways. And I was like, when did they film this? Because it was literally 2 streets over from my
crazy.
house. I live an hour from my hometown. It's been perfect distance from the family drama. Not sure how I feel about being 16 hours.
Wow, that's a big move, Cynthia.
Just if you're not a part of the drama, distance helps. When I moved to Oregon, it solved a lot of my problems. I don't have much, but when I saw a guy last winter on the streets and bought him a coffee, his response was as if I'd given him $1 million. See, I love stuff like that.
Me too.
I grew up in the county. Total shock value happened when I moved away. Oh, in the country. Glasses. For me, it's more property value. Like my property value, I could buy a ranch in Colorado. Or like I saw this it all started with one of my neighbors was like, you got to see this. He went to Colorado with his kid was a part of a travel ball softball. And they went to Colorado and he's like, dude, for the value of our house, we could buy a 4-story house. And he was showing me this place. But then like you live literally on the middle of nowhere in Colorado.
Yeah.
And I'm not from there. I'm not from that environment. So I don't know if I'd want to move there.
Yeah, we have some friends that lived out in California, and they said, yeah, you ought to come out and see our house. We just renovated it, and it's like they're going to sell it for like 1.2 million or something. I was like, damn, that must be a big house. And then we got out there, and I was like, that house is worth about 200,000 in Oklahoma. It ain't that big. So it depends on the state, I guess. But
Harper Valley PTA in 2025. I'm actually looking forward to getting farther away because I'm the oldest and looked at it as the matriarch of the family. I don't want that responsibility. Moving really solved a lot of my problem. Well, we've been going for 3 hours.
Yep.
I think
my back's hurting. I got to go get me some tacos.
I've been
knocking on William's door.
Slowly nibbling on my tacos.
Taco Bell's still open, isn't it?
Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. Thank you so much.
Ron, it was nice talking to you, and I didn't even push you.
Oh, I know. That didn't even push me out in the pool or nothing. So
not yet.
No, I had fun. So
yes, real estate valuation is a racket here. It is a racket. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Well, we'll be back at it tomorrow. I want to thank everybody who's here. Thank you so much. Back relief talk. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That was absolutely. Well, I'll be back at it tomorrow. I just have a lot of stuff I have to do tonight, and I do have to get up in the morning. He claims.
Is Jess going to be back tomorrow?
Yes, 20 McTwin will be back tomorrow.
Oh, gosh. We'll have to hear about the adventures of the quilt land.
I can't wait.
Oh,
absolutely.
Ron, you'll be here and you'll love it.
Nah. Yeah, I'll probably like to hear it. Yeah.
But seriously, guys, thank you so much. I will see everybody tomorrow. I hope everybody comes back. If not, like I always say, reinforce your seams, be yourself, And I will definitely see you